Hello. Happy time zone, everybody. Yeah. Hi. I hope you've had a good week. I know that we're hitting mainly in the weekend for most people. Happy time zone. Happy confusion for everybody winding the times back and forth and who accidentally saw my first Discord timestamp, which did show that this was happening 24 hours from now. But that's because I didn't realize it had ticked over midnight. It's a whole thing. I'm just prattling along and not getting into anything serious until somebody tells me they can hear me. Hello! Hello to everybody. I don't know if you're saying hello in response to seeing my face or if you can actually hear me or not. I have no faith in my own ability to turn the microphone on. Seeing a lot of hellos. So I'm going to guess that y'all can hear me. It just takes 30 seconds for the message to filter through that I need confirmation. The audio's good? Excellent. Okay, thank you, Mr. Bones. Hi, everyone. Yeah, so... yeah. Alright, let's have a look at the Pokemon we made last week, shall we? So we made, first of all, we made Claude Rangoon, the Kingler, and I made a kind of weird choice with him. I don't know how weird it is really, but I ended up not actually making arms to attach the claws to his body because they actually just ended up looking really disproportionate, out of whack, and they stuck out all over the place. I ended up just looking better without them. So that's a fun little thing. So there is Claude, who is a little front heavy. Not going to lie, but if I squish him just right, he sits up. And then we had Redacted the Cloister. Now, fun fact, looking at reference images provided by Loot, actually, if Loot's here, Cloister's sometimes wearing lipstick. I didn't go that path, but that's something we all have to know. So this is Redacted the Cloister, who has way more bumps on their shell than you think they do. Like, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the tail as well. So, like, that was just way more pieces than I anticipated, but Cloister is now done. Yeah. He's very cute no matter if you know Pokemon at all. Thank you very much. Possible future stream theme, stitched on eyes? Maybe, yeah. I guess we'd have to go through who's left. I'm still combing through looking for puns and stuff. Though today's theme's, I think, a little on the boring side, but it's just because it's a utility stream. We got to get through some of these ones, so we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, the Cloister's name is literally redacted. It doesn't stand for anything. It's just redacted. Your dogs are all snuggled up with you for the live stream. Oh, they're good boys? Who's a good boy? Okay, cool. So, and then we have the updated Pokédex, which looks a little something like this. Cloister, would you get your butt out the way? Where are you? There you are. Cool. There we go. We're looking very, very full now. So, yeah, we're going to hopefully tick off 2 more boxes today. At least 1, possibly 2. You're going to finally fold your laundry? Well, Celia will keep you all company while you do that. Yeah, so... sorry, I'm having a hard time stringing my thoughts together a little bit, but we'll get there, don't you worry about that. I'm going to hydrate for a second, and then we'll look at the choices. Whew, okay, so, getting rid of that first. Let's get rid of that. And loading up. Now, today's theme. Today's theme is that these Pokemon are all yellow. As you can plainly see. These are clearly all yellow Pokemon. That's all you're going to get for now. We are going to be picking the 110th Pokemon that we need to make. So, there are your options. Let me just get a poll started. Welcome to anybody who hasn't caught a stream from the start before. Congratulations. And happy birthday to anybody who has a birthday 3 days on either side of today. Everybody else has to wait for next week. Cool. Yes, they're extremely yellow. They are the yellowest yellow to ever yellow. Speaking of which, I actually didn't pre-prep any yarn, so this is going to be kind of messy. Yep, Boring Colour Brigade, you have a couple of different acceptable options today, which is always... actually, you know what, historically that hasn't ended particularly well for you, but it's doing its best. And all of the other previous Pokemon we've made are still here. I've got a big bag of them over there, and a bunch of them are up on the shelf over there. So I can't reach any at the moment, but when I go on break, I might grab some. But you should know that Caterpickle still has his bobby pin, and he's watching from the shelf. He's surveying his territory, along with honestly a few others. I might take a little photo of that and share it on the Discord. Again, on break, because I don't even have my phone in here. You feel like the Boring Color Brigade should elect a president to break ties like this? You think number 3 is Abra? Fair enough. Boring Color Brigade have been having a rough stretch. It's the Purple Menace's fault. It's the problem that they've got people have dual, I don't know, is citizenship the right word there? But anyway, like they've got dual membership in both clubs. It's just they want to be Purple Menaces and they want to be the Boring Color Brigade. So Purple wins every time. Navy blue for the win. 4 is closest to purple. Oh, it looks like... Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. If that's the direction y'all want to go, that's fine. All these colours are tempting? Good, good. I tried to pick tempting colours. They're all a little unusual. But they're all a little unusual. You think 4 is Raichu? The one thing that I'm not messing with you about is that these Pokemon are all yellow. Like, I understand that I've kind of stirred you up a little bit in previous weeks, but these Pokemon are legitimately all yellow. That is a serious clue. Well, I mean, there was a theme that we did right back at the start, which was Coldplay. It's like, and they were all yellow. So I didn't want to repeat the theme, but at the same time, these Pokemon are all yellow, but I'm just not referencing Coldplay this time, and that makes it a different theme. Yellow color or yellow fear? Y'all are looking for the trick, and you're doing half the work for me here. All right, I think... Okay, cool. Yeah, we've had most of the votes come in at this point, so... Oh dear, that's not set up yet. Hold on, please. 1 second. Gotta stop leaning this way as I slowly slide out of frame. There's not even any good secrets behind me today. Which is funny, because sometimes there are some very, very good secrets behind me. Okay, yeah, we've gotten most of our votes. So let's close this poll off. You all have made your decision. For better, for worse. You made Joltik? That's cool. Oh, I can't wait to get to Joltik. Anyway, the poll is in. So number 3 won with 36% of the vote. And then came number 1 at 29%, 4 at 17%, and 2 at just 16%. Y'all really do not like your boring colours. But in any case, you have picked number 3. Let me show you what you've done. Oh, sorry, my document isn't quite set up correctly. There we go. Now I should just be able to erase the square. And you all picked Electabuzz, and that navy blue is the mid-tone of his stripes. I will of course be making them in black, but yeah, that is definitely the colour in the mid-tone of his stripes. You picked Electabuzz. Long story short, you picked Electabuzz. Yep, JFL Trades, you've just missed the poll. I'm sorry. Cool. Cool. All right, now let's change screens. Sorry. I feel like my brain is operating on a slight time delay, which is funny because it's not like I slept badly. It's just like we're good. We're functioning. We're just on a little bit of a time delay. Honestly, it's kind of nice to finish off the last of these like elemental people. Because like we've done Jinx, we've done Mr. Mime, we've done Magmar. And so like to me, Electabuzz... Oh, we've done Scyther as well. And Electabuzz kind of like... For some reason I kind of clump those guys together as like one little like group. But yeah, Electabuzz looking a little crazy. Rah! Great. I lost the top handle for that, so I can't shrink it properly. We'll shrink it from that direction and move it on down. Okay. So now I need to draw his portrait. Oh, Beetle! Oh, Nibbledrake, sorry, your little Joltik is adorable! I've opened up Discord to look at the reference images. Zappy stripes, exactly. I'm thinking that we just sew the stripes on, right? Or like make them as an applique and like stitch them on that way. Because like these arms on the, sorry, these arms on the stripes. These stripes on the arms, they'd literally just be like one strand of yarn thick, I would think. Can I reach over and reach Magma? Come here. Ah, gotcha. I want it to be about the same size as Magma. So if I have him here for moral support, that'll help me. Cable's running everywhere. It's fine. It's fine. I think he's based on just an electrical outlet, considering that Elekid is just literally a plug. Have all the humanoid Pokemon been done that CK has been dreading? Not quite, Sammy, but we are getting close, because we've done Machop, Machoke, Machamp. We've done, like I said, this little cluster of like the elemental humans. There's still a few that are kind of human-ish, but we are getting through them. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones has thoughtfully provided butt pics for me in the Discord. So I can see our friend here from a few different angles, and I have apparently decided to draw him face on, which is fine. He's kind of got this like droop of a body. Feeling very sketchy today, so we'll sketch it. Oh, he growling at the screen. He has opinions. He has opinions. I think that lightning bolt across his chest is the most specific like mark that he has. I feel like the rest of the stripes, if they're slightly off, no one's really gonna care. But that zigzag on his chest is kind of important. Yep, leave your name suggestions in the chat. Mr. Bones will be keeping track of all of those, and then there'll be a vote closer to the end of making him for you all to decide which one you like the best. And let's see, so far we have Miss Muffet the Jinx, Humpty the Mr. Mime, don't remember what we called Scyther, but Magmar is Firequacker, so like, we do like the puns. You like Surge? I like the Doorbuzz. Well, I was gonna do a theme of like, of like garden tools, but that was before I did, I ticked Beedrill off doing a different activity, and this guy here was gonna be the Electabuzz saw. Oh my goodness, he's got little dealy boppers. Sir, you're ridiculous. That is what we should name you. You were just ridiculous. He's gonna have a closed mouth. We'll stitch on some little teeth. His eyes are like all the way down here. He's almost like a Goomba from Mario, like the head. Okay, I take it back. I think the face stripe might be super important too. I'm going to try and use safety eyes for these, which means I need to just like beef them up in the picture here a little bit. Okay. He is another member of Team 4 Fingers and a Thumb, which I hate. I hate how many of them have 4 fingers and a thumb. Buzz Lightyear. But just calling her Sam. We like Surge. We like Watson. Oh, we already have a Watson, Amy Liz. We've named Electabuzz, not Electabuzz, Voltorb and Electrode. They are Watson and Holmes. Or Ohms. They're both are electric puns, which is fun. Bottega Channel, the theme today is that they are all yellow. So we're trying to tick off a bunch of yellow Pokemon today. I don't know where to put these arms. Let's just like... Oh, he's probably going to have to be sitting too, like the rest of them are. Okay. So hopefully it'll start making a bit more sense in a second. They should have made his tail look like an extension cord. That would have been really funny. A little USB port at the end of it. Instead he's got the tiger tail. Okay. And then our doofus has hands, which we will be giving the mitten treatment to, like we did the rest of the ones in this particular series. I'll put one hand up in the air so we can actually see it. Yeah, they kind of go from like thin up to like really fat. Thumb points towards the head. Sometimes you gotta check, okay? That, and then we got like a big stripe across here. And like overall he's just a happy little guy. The reference images will be way more helpful when I'm at the point of actually like building these pieces, because like you can't really see a lot of these markings in the pose that I've done, which was not intentional, and like all of the stripes and stuff will still have to go onto him or her. I'm defaulting to him for now. We can change that later if we want. Yeah. Oh, does he have toe beans? No toe beans. Okay, cool. We are in the free and clear regarding toe beans. I do love me a juicy marker. Ooh. Popeye arms, totally. And the Pokemon Go model at least has 5 black stripes. Pulled Electabuzz up in Pokemon Go and his back simply has a big stripe downwards, as well as the tips of the smaller ones at his sides. No extra zigzag there. Thank you, Sketchwolf. That's really helpful. No, yeah, cool. Just like one big swoosh down his back. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing the stripes as either appliques we sew on, or literally just stitching on the stripes like I did with Raikou back in the day. I say as though that wasn't just 2 months ago. It feels like longer than that. This has been a very long year. There we go. Give him his little eyebrow of intensity. That's right, mate. I have one of those too. There we go. Get your little dealy boppers. The dealy boppers are the thing that's concerning me at the moment, because the scale of those thin little antenna pieces, that's not ideal for me. Getting them to stand upright. I don't have any tricks for defying gravity. Not really. They are, funnily enough, the hardest bit of this whole pattern. I could fake it and just have them sitting against the head. I feel like you guys would let me get away with that. It doesn't always feel good to be getting away with stuff. And I just sort of tucked the other arm away back there. This is not the final pose either, necessarily. What is that line? Oh, I was originally drawing the arm in a different pose. So there we are. There is our little friend, our little guy. Oh yeah, we did jinx. Her name was Miss Muffet. Looks like they're dancing the electric slide a little bit. Just use yellow ball pins. Ah, yeah. I've been tempted to do that a couple of times with a couple of different Pokemon. But so far I've managed to resist the urge to make pins a permanent part of the features. So, in terms of breaking this down into pieces now, because we do still have to do that. We don't just get to draw the picture and move on. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine how much faster I would have gotten through this whole project if all I had to do was draw them? Like, and not particularly well, you know, like my type of drawing. Okay, so I feel like the head and body could potentially all be one piece if I can master those cheeks okay. So we obviously have a firm grip on what this face shape is from the front. I'm just going to do a couple of like rotational drawings. It's kind of, let's see, from the side, he does have a slightly protruding mouth. But otherwise, he's just like a little melted lolly or something. Melted gumball. And from the back, he's the same shape. He's kind of diamondy from the top. That's helpful. He's kind of like this from the top. I can work with that. It means that I'll get up to 12 stitches and then we'll start establishing like 4 corners, really dramatically expanding at the sides and only like loosely expanding at the front and back. So that kind of helps right itself a little bit. The mitten hands rather than drawing the fingers is exactly what you do in your sketches as well. It's perfect visual shorthand. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, we could totally just like go in here and like flesh out 5 horrible fingers. But why would we want to do that? I don't understand. Lemon shape. Lemon shape's actually a really good point. It is. Now, and then into his body. It's funny, in some of them he looks more like I've drawn him quite long here, but in some other references, come on words, you can do this, you got this. But in some of the other pictures I'm looking at, he's more ball, and it's like the weight is distributed a little bit more evenly from top to bottom, rather than all sitting at the bottom. In fact, every other reference image other than this sprite that I'm looking at, that you guys can see the sprite on the screen, but I'm looking at other reference images and like the weight is actually sitting pretty high. And he is a chunky boy. So like, just go straight from the head into like orb. A slightly elongated orb. Let's see, and from, okay. And yeah, it's just attached centrally below the head. So it would be new. That's not too bad at all. Let's pick some colors. Now, do we want to go pale yellow or do we want to go bright yellow? That's the real question here, because like, I feel like we default to pale yellow a lot. Yeah, you know what? That's pretty accurate. And I also have, if there was ever a time to use bright yellow, it's probably going to be today, but there it is. But it does feel very bright. So those are our options. Let it be known I do have navy blue, but we're going to be using black for the stripes. I've already made that decision. So I have black and I have white. I think that's it. I think that's all the colors. So black and white are fine, but we need to make a decision. Okay, we can, oh, sorry, I put the wrong one down. That's the actual yellow. We can use that. I feel like we have avoided using this for a lot of things, but if it's appropriate for any of them, it's probably appropriate for this guy, even if he is almost exactly the same shade as this. Is the bright yellow mustardy in real life? No, it's almost like just straight up yellow, whereas like this has got a lot of white mixed into it. Like the face cam is a pretty accurate color representation. We've yet to master the art of lighting here on complicated streams, and also on complicated knots. And so like we're doing our best down here. This is an approximation, but like this is more accurate. Bright yellow, okay. The decision has been made. We have our colors, huzzah. Okay, so the next thing I do is I pick up a hook. Where is my hook? There's my hook. I thought I was off the hook for a second there. Electabuzz. Right, and I did mention that we're going to start with a magic ring of 6 and then move up to 12. And then we'll reassess. Okay. Do I build the dearly boppers into the head? That's that and other choices coming up soon. Do I even remember how to crochet? Well, while I work on this, I have a little announcement to make. So you know that I've been working on a collaboration with Skein Spider? Well, we finally scheduled it. It is going to be this week. Well, sorry, today's Sunday for me, so by this week I mean the next Thursday video. There'll be a second part on Skein Spider, Lee's channel, on the Friday as well. So, very excited to finally show you guys what we've been working on. So, mark your calendars and all that. That'll be on the Complicated Knots channel, not this Complicated Streams channel. For clarity. The right foot is unfinished. What's unfinished about it? What did I forget? He's missing a toe. Oh, he is missing a toe. Better? It has been a long time since we've had a collab, but then we have been working on this one here since, golly, I think we started in December. Like, don't get me wrong, we've been talking about another collab for a long time. I think back in October we were even talking about like how it had been a long time since we'd done anything. But yeah, it's good. We are still in the throes of working on it, but it is coming out on Thursday. Yeah, it should be exciting. Alrighty. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, cool. So that is 12. If I'm doing the dealy boppers, I got to do them in this next row. Now, how am I going to make a shape that has like a long strand to it and a dealy bopper at the end? And I think the answer is we chain up. We do something to form some sort of bauble or ball, and then we chain down. But this chain can only be at most like 1 stitch tall for scale reasons, as well as just like rigidity type reasons. I could always make them and sew them on, but let's just try and attach them in the round first. And the other thing I have to think about this time, and the other thing I have to think about in this round is the establishment of 4 corners. So let's say that this is the back of the head. That's our starting point. And we're going to, so 12 divided, we need 4 corners, 12 divided by 4 is 3. So we'll need maybe an increase here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an increase there. So that's the back of the head, that's the front of the head. Then we'll do 3 into 1 on either side to start forming those cheeks. That'll just get us that flare out. Oh, he does have a very dome shape to his head at first though, which would sit like this. So maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit here. Maybe we don't put that shaping in yet. Maybe we just do the dealy boppers. Go up maybe 4 stitches. We'll go up to 16 just to keep us at a multiple of 4. Hi Larissa. Current name list, Surge and the Conductor. The Conductor is such an official sounding name. Yeah, maybe I just work up a little bit more of a dome first, and then we start growing out the bottom half of the face. Like, yeah, okay, cool. So that said, we still need to put the dealy boppers in, and the dealy boppers would be either side of the head, right? Yeah, they're equidistant. They are regularly spaced. Those spikes on top of the head present a problem as well, but I think they're slightly bigger, and I think I should try and sew those on maybe once I know the scale of what I need. Sorry, I'm having to make a lot of decisions very rapidly here. I think the dealy boppers go where I was going to put those 3 into the same stitches, which is fine. I can build them as part of like an increase maybe. Oh no, I know what I'll do. I'll work them in the front loop and then we'll increase in the back loop in the subsequent row. So that'll work nicely. So we'll go increase, 2 single crochet, and then that is where our first dealy bopper will go. So front loop only. And I'll work that out on the fly. We'll do that together. I need a bobby pin. Yeah. There has to be one here somewhere. Where's my mother pin gone? I used to have like a mother pin magnet here that had like a bunch of them attached. But it stuck to something and wandered away. I might actually have to be reduced to using a piece of scrap yarn. I have like 400 bobby pins in this room somewhere. And that's not an exaggeration. I literally bought a packet of them. But... Honey? I'll just go check on him. No, he's walking. He's walking around. He's okay. We got one. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Sorry, I inhaled coffee while having a mouthful of coffee, and that was going to be fun.
No, I'm glad you're all right.
But the problem is it ruined the rest of my coffee.
Oh. So yeah, I just want to mark the first stitch in the row because I'm doing an experimentation row. It's very easy to get lost during those.
Can I tell you about a funny one?
Of course.
So there's
Love of coffee.
Yeah. So there's a Chinese god of thunder called Dianmu.
Okay.
So we could get Thor, Zeus, and Dianmu and add them all together so we could have Thor's Die. Hello, it's Thor's Die.
Hello, it's Thursday. I could make the Dilly Bopper out of hairpins, you are correct. We could even just get him a little headband. It's body modification for an Electabuzz. Okay, so I'm going to slip stitch. Chain 1, chain 2. No, we're going to chain 1 and then we'll picot. And then we'll slip stitch. Well, that gives us a nub, but it's not round. Might be close enough, but we definitely need something rounder than that. I understand that there are a million ways to solve this. I'm not currently sourcing alternate answers. I might be in a minute though. We're going to eat those words. So... Hi Connor! Name Dilly Booper. Tora's dog. Albert Calvin Dilly Bopper the 100th, or AC/DC for short. Don't die, Mr. Bones, don't worry, that is... That which is dead cannot eternal lie. I think that's how it goes. Maybe I try and do like a super obnoxious little puff stitch. 1, 2, 3. Like a mini puff. Goodness, love making up stitches for Pokemon patterns. That's amazing. I'm gonna mutter. And then we would just single crochet into the next one around. That might just get the job done. Stupid camera. That was a puff stitch with 3 yarn overs. So it's kind of like a mini puff. Two single crochet and an increase, and then 2 single crochet, and then we'll Dilly Bopper again. And then it should be just 2 single crochet back to the start. It's okay, folks. He's replacing his coffee. We will not be stuck with an uncaffeinated skeleton. Every single invented stitch leaves the channel name more accurate. Well, I mean, you have to understand as well that when I'm inventing stitches, it's because I'm like, I want the string to look a certain way. And then afterwards it occurs to me that a lot of the time the social contract here is that I have to show you guys how to do the thing that I just made up. But it's just like, no, but I was just trying to get the string to look a certain way. It's not, I'm not trying to like change an industry. I'm just a silly little girl playing with some string, that's all. Slip stitch, chain 2, then we're going to puff stitch 1, 2, 3, and then slip stitch down the chain again. And 2 single crochet back to the start. And I think they'll do. I think they give the right impression. There's probably easier ways to accomplish them, but that's how I'm doing it today. Like, I think they look very dealy and very boppery. Of course, now his head needs to be at least this big. That's all right. Okay, so in the next row, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll increase in the back loop. And then we will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Increase into the back loop. And 2 single crochet back to the start. So that should leave us with 16 stitches in total, and then we'll just do 16 single crochet around in the next row down. Oh, night Sketchwolf, thanks for hanging out. I need to crochet a mug for Mr. Bones now. But you couldn't put coffee in a crocheted mug. How will he get his coffee? 2, 3, and 4. Why is there still another stitch there? Nope, I'm just imagining things. I'm quite sure of it. Increase under here. And it should be 6, so make sure I can identify 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's the 6th. All right, liberally using stitch markers would be, if I was putting this pattern out, would be the way to do it. And did I do a rain dance again? If I did, I overdid it. We don't need tornadoes and wind, just rain. We need rain too. We had a big old thunderstorm last night after like 2 or 3 consecutively like 39-degree days. And I am just so, it's like, I'm sorry, it's like Australia decided to cancel not summer, but cancel autumn. I keep second guessing what to call it because I know I've got an international audience here. Yeah, cancel autumn this year. It's just like we're still in summer, and then like last night we had a thunderstorm, but it's still 1,000,000 degrees. I'm just so ready to crawl back into my cocoon of fluffy knits. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm so ready not to be sweaty all the time. But also, I'm really sorry for possibly summoning tornadoes to your area. We really need rain though. If we need the rain here, we need the rain there. Everywhere just needs a little more rain. Autumn, fall. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, crazy wind too. Big old windstorm, and then there was like thunder and lightning from like 1 a.m. to about 3 a.m. Rena, Tornado Kate was always just Kate, but then there was always tornadoes, and so I may have renamed her Tornado Kate, and it kind of stuck. That's some deep stream lore. We just crochet a tiny imp out of brown and cream colours to put in the crochet coffee mug, and that way Mr. Bones can have his caffeine. Ooh, and his familiar. Okay, I really like how those little dealy boppers turned out, actually. It's one of those situations where they don't actually look right if you look at them, but they absolutely give the correct impression, and I love crochet when it does that. It feels like magic. It's the grasshopper is the perfect example of that from the Bugsmas. It's just like nothing about that bug should look excuse me. Nothing about that bug should look correct. Somehow it all adds up to a grasshopper. For the record, we call it both autumn and fall interchangeably in the US. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, I believe it is like strictly autumn here, but as a person who spends a great deal of time online, I understand that I have migrated. Oh my goodness, sorry. Okay, that bodes well for us, doesn't it? Yeah, sorry, I was just saying that I spend a lot of my time online, and so I'm very aware that a lot of the people I interact with do call it fall. Forgot that Australia has different seasons than where you live in the USA. We've been having crazy weather here in Wisconsin. It's technically spring here, but one day we got snow, next 70s. Yeah, it got like slightly cooler for a bit, and I believe over the next week or so it's meant to stay in the low 30s. But that's still too warm. Just to clarify, my highest preferred temperature is like 21 degrees Celsius. We have far exceeded that, and we have stayed there for like 6 months. I am an Arctic creature stuck in a very mild weather band. Like, admittedly, we have very mild weather here. All of our seasons are pretty much the same. It's just our summer is getting hotter and hotter and hotter every year. It's like everything just needs to calm down. Just needs to calm down a little bit. I do like those Dilly Boppers a great deal. I'm very fond of them. Can't help but notice at the start of my row it was like drifted all the way off to one side though, where it was neatly centered back before. So I have to think about this a little more carefully, but the Aussie kids are starting to call it fall because of online American influences. I never know whether I should correct your kids or not. Or maybe just make them aware that there's two different words for it and they both mean the same thing, and let them communicate. I'm a big fan of like language as a tool for communication. I know that sounds really stupid and obvious, but I never saw the point in like correcting people when you already understood what they meant, which isn't a critique of anything. I was like, it's just, yeah. It's like if you understood what someone meant, then the language has been successfully used to convey meaning. The only time to like get worried about it is if you are not sure that it is conveyed what they meant, in which point you need to, other language is needed. Autumn gives whimsical vibes. You like it? No. Autumn is somewhere between like terribly hot and grey, terribly windy and grey, while also being hot, or just pretending to be summer. There is no cozy autumn vibes here. By the time cozy autumn vibes hit, we're most of the way through winter. It's communicative, exactly. And it is the nature of language to change over time, and the world is so open now with so many new branches of communication to so many like different corners of the world which had never been quite this connected, that like language is going to, I'm guessing here, I am not informed on this subject, so this is an opinion that is probably very ignorant, but I do think language is probably going to start evolving faster than ever. Alright, so yeah, I now need to do the little shape again, but this time with my starting point off to one side. So this is still the back. And yeah, okay, one stitch across for every two. One stitch of drift for every 3 rows is still working out correct. That's my 16 stitches. I'm like here. That's my middle stitch, and we have one before it. Middle stitch with the little like Dilly Boppers here, Dilly Boppers like here, stitch there, and so that's 4, and then this should be like 3 between each of them. I could have just drawn 16 in a circle, but sometimes it's good to have the spacing also roughly equivalent with what you're dealing with. Okay, so the time has come to grow the cheeks and grow like the front bit. So these need to be aggressive. We need to put at least 3 in there. But I'm starting to wonder about this front piece. Particularly, like the sprite, I have to basically just ignore the anatomy on whatsoever, because it's very clear to me that they've redesigned a lot of his base shapes since they drew that original sprite, which sucks because, like, a lot of my Pokemon are based on the original sprites, not on, like, the modern model for them. For the record, I'm saying Dealy Bopper. I've seen several different versions of it go up in the chat, so if you'd like to call him Dealy Bopper, I'm going to go with my version of the Dealy Bopper. But, like, Diddly Bopper is very cute, too. Many of your co-workers believe for the longest time that you spoke many languages. Truth is, I'm just really good at charades. That's alright. Sometimes this household goes completely non-verbal and Mr. Bones and I are just there like... They just clocked a wind gust topping in at 92 miles per hour. That's 149 kilometers per hour. That's fast. Okay, some sort of electricity and tiger pun. Not sure how to make that pun. All right, I guess that's everybody. So we've got like, let's see, tiger words are stripes. They have stripes. They're big cats. So you could go do something with like purr or meow.
Discord.
Noted. I think it's fine if I ever want to do a design based on the official art rather than the current model. Maybe, yeah, but I feel like I sometimes end up in between the two because I definitely take a lot of like detail references from like the modern models because you guys are really helpful in providing those in Discord, and Mr. Bones is often taking references from like 3D models as well that have been based on who knows what. But yeah, the sprite's the thing that I have on the screen as the reference. For some reason I kept trying to like make my hands appear on Discord just then, and like that's not at all how any of this works. Okay, I'm gonna just keep this real simple, and I'm just gonna try starting the cheeks. I gotta write it down first, so bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which will bring us up to 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, which is good. We like 20. 20 is a great number. Till you realize it was like almost 2 decades ago. And then you just start feeling old. Yeah. You guys negotiate on the names. You know me, I'm just here for the vote. Honestly, the pressure of not having to name them all is fantastic. Anyway, so back on Pokemon. Oh, guys, did you see? I don't know if this is real. I feel like this might be one of those things where I saw it in passing. I did not dig any further, and now I'm kind of excited at the thought of it being real, but it's possibly not. That apparently there's like some sort of museum exhibition of the Pokemon fossils, but they're doing them up like giant dinosaur skeletons. And I just thought that was really cool. Cool if true. So we're going to file that away under cool if true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I just thought that was really interesting. Just trying to think if we've had any other like Pokemon news recently. Oh, I've got a little Pokemon news. Pokemon news from me is that I am going to start work on the next chunk of Pokemon episodes. The Random Evolution series. I'm going to start working on those pretty soon. There should be some fun. I might be chipping away at them for a while. So if I suddenly start telling you we can't do certain Pokemon, I suggest you not ask questions because it's probably because they're a spoiler. I like the name Lightyear. Yeah, you want to go see that exhibit? Oh, excellent. I'm glad I'm not the only one. But like, yeah, I just saw it like scroll past on, oh gosh, I still have Facebook, okay? I only have Facebook though for the Messenger app on it because that's where all of my people are. That's not my fault. But it just does mean that sometimes when it's open on my desktop, I see like, I don't think there's anything but ads on Facebook anymore, right? Like it's just a series of like ads, news articles and karma farming, but whatever the Facebook equivalent of that is. So, yeah, I saw like one of those scroll past and it was on Facebook, so I wasn't going to click on it. There was a new Legends ZA trailer out a day or two ago. I haven't even played Arceus yet. Arceus. I haven't even played that one yet. But, so I would have to procure and play that one first. But, yeah, no, all Pokemon news is exciting Pokemon news. That said, I need to finish playing the DLC that I have for Scarlet, because I don't think I ever finished the, it's called like teal or turquoise. It's like a disc. Anyway, the DLC. I bought it at the same time. I have it. I haven't played it yet. I haven't finished the Pokédex in that yet. I haven't even turned my Switch on in like 6 months. We've been busy. Heard about the bikes? What about the bikes? What? Toyota and Pokemon collabed to make Miraidon and Koraidon as motorcycles. That's hilarious. I love that. Yeah, Facebook isn't really anything anymore. Oh, no, I think that, like, I'm not... Sorry, I actually don't know why. I was kind of, like, embarrassed to have Facebook. It's not like I was never really a Facebook person. I didn't get it until I was 18, because that was the rules at the time, and I've always been very, like... Like, let's see, what's the way to put... Like, I'm a rule follower. So it's like, Facebook was like, oh, you cannot have a book of face until you turn 18. I was like, okay, cool. 18 it is. It helped that I didn't really have access to the internet until after I moved away to go to uni, which was at 18, 19, you know? Like that kind of clinched it as well. One family computer in the little office with a dial-up internet connection does not make for a big online community. Pokemon Home is doing free shiny Pokemon if you transfer the full Pokédex from individual games. Huh. That probably means you have to pay for the Pokemon Home subscription, though. I will consider it. Power has been flashing and may go out. Yeah, actually, you know what? I should probably warn you guys. That might happen here as well, because as mentioned, we have been having thunderstorms. Indigo, thank you. I knew it was a colour. For some reason, I don't know why I think it's teal. Is there like a teal mask or something referenced somewhere? Facebook is for memes and Messenger. Yeah, exactly. It's like the news feed or whatever it is. It's just an ad reel now. In fact, in general, I'm just a little bit behind on my Pokemon content. Not the stuff I'm making, but like the actually getting to play it. Like the play part of it. The work part of it I'm nailing, right? You saw the Pokédex, we're getting there. But the play side of things, I'm kind of letting myself down a little bit these days. Right, we'll do 24 single crochet a round, maybe. We might already be pulling things in. The head is forming. I'm actually loving these little dealy boppers. I think they look really, really good. You always hide the ads and block, and after a while I rarely get ads and stuff like that now. Yeah. I don't tend to engage with ads. I do like the ads that I get for specifically Binkaboo earrings. I swear I'm going to click that ad every time it comes up on Facebook and feel bad about it, because I know that they've probably paid to have that ad placed there, and I've not quite gotten to the point of purchasing yet, because like I'm not great at like giving myself little treats, and those earrings are a very, very sweet treat. They're like little birds. They look like little birds. They're so cute. I will eventually cave and get them, but in the meantime, Facebook is basically just a steady stream of reminders that I haven't yet. Have I ever played Everhood? I have not. In fact, at the moment, I'm playing a game called Across the Obelisk. Terrific fun. Playing that with Mr. Bones and my brother. So, I've been getting very much into I'm playing it a little scooch, like kind of like D&D, where I'm just like being the character. And currently, my character is Cornelius the Pyromancer, who is an old crotchety man who wears a blindfold because he cannot stand to see the things he's done. And I'm just having a great time with it. We went into a volcano the other day. He had a great time. You've gotten the free shinies for Scarlet and Violet, Chaos, Sword and Shield, and I'm 2 Pokemon away from finishing Brilliant Diamond, Shiny Pearl, so yes, you have to get the home subscription. Yeah, that's what I thought. Split Fiction. Oh, I saw Evan and Caitlin playing that the other day. I haven't clicked the video yet, but I saw that they did play it, and so like, that's on my to-watch list. Looking forward to checking that one out. They have recommended to me some decent games across the years. Like I really liked I think it's called Bubba Is You. It's like a little puzzle game. I can't watch other people play puzzle games in general though, because they go too slow. Yeah, I'm one of those. I solve them faster than they do, and they should go faster. But that's not a jab at Evan and Caitlin. That's a jab at my own lack of humbleness and the fact that I'm not even that good. Dynamo Kit. Heading to bed. Night, Nibble Drake. Giving you Winnie the Pooh vibes. That's good. I think that's a good vibe. Alright, I need to be aggressive with my decreasing strategy now. So we're going to use single crochet 5 togethers. Crochet 5 together. We'll do a bunch of single crochet and we'll single crochet 5 together. Now we have 24 stitches in our round, and if we're single crocheting 5 together twice, that uses up 10 of them, leaving us with 14 stitches, which means that there are 7 single crochet between each of them. Because I know that I want this last stitch of my round to fall into a single crochet 5 together, that makes it really easy to know that I'm working 7, then the single crochet 5 together, and then 7, and then single crochet 5 together. So just a little bit of algebra. 14, 15, 16, and that'll bring us back down to 16 stitches. Oh, night Alcadanin? I must have missed that one. I think the chat's set to live. I kind of like the fact that these streams are small enough that I see most chat messages. So, oh, night Cassandra. Thanks for hanging out. I believe there's a lot of clock changing nonsense happening over the next week, right? We might get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should play havoc with everybody. And I'm not going to be helpful because I never know when it is. Oh, hang on. They are awesome earrings. You're wearing them all the time. And the second website sells dragon earrings. Yes, Spice and Dragons. I've seen those as well. And that is part of my problem, is that I want all the birds, but then I saw that they had the dragons as well. And now I want all the dragons as well. And I only have one set of ears. So I'm like, okay, until I can decide which I want more, I don't want either of them enough to have them. So, yeah, no, I'm so, I love them so much. They are going to be, the next time I feel like I deserve a little treat, that they are going to be my little treat. It's always a problem with the dogs. Yeah, it was always a problem with cows as well. The 1 year they made us try it, just meant the day had to start an hour earlier because they wound the clocks. Cows don't tell time. Oh, why am I single crocheting? That's not right. Something went terribly wrong there. Let's undo that and let's try that again. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's what the problem is. I can't count. I could crochet an additional pair of ears to wear. Then you could wear 2 sets of earrings at once. I could. I'd get more piercings, but like, I've had them pierced, what? Let's see, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it was 5 and 6, 7 and 8 and 9. I've had 9 holes poked in my ears in total. It's just, they all, like, I've had some gnarly infections, let's put it that way. I've managed to maintain just the main pair. They were not done at a professional piercing place. They were done at a local chemist. Don't do that. Go to a piercer's. Like, if you, even just for regular ear, like even regular ear piercings, go to the professionals. Like, this is a joke. If you may, at the chemist, you may as well literally just be stabbing a needle through your own earlobe. And they don't line them up right, and they put them too close together. You're helping. You are helping, Mr. Bones. Okay, so I need to put the eyes in. And then I'll be closing off aggressively again. So let's grab some eyes from the little baggie. We all have bags of eyeballs lying around, right? Got yours pierced at Claire's? Yeah. We, at the time, I don't know if we do now, but we definitely didn't have it when I was at the ear piercing stage. Mine was just at a regular old chemist, and the girl behind the counter came out with her gun. The stapler thing. Okay. It's really hard to tell where your eyes are meant to go, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's approximately correct, but it's... Scooch those in one. I could put them there and then just like work with it. Like, for example, the mouth is going to go like here. And then the eyebrows are going to go... Yeah, I think that works. This is the eye position. They are in row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Eyes row 6 with 2 stitches visible between them. You got your first at a mall and everything else at a piercing studio. Good. Yes, that is what I suggest and recommend. This is not me judging people for their actions. This is me providing advice should anybody want any, and that is go to a proper place if you're going to get any piercings. Because like I had like the top of my ear done when I was at uni, and yeah, I'm lucky I still have my ear. But then, like, some people are just, like, ultra resistant to infection as well. I've just never been that kind of person. I almost touched the mouth, I'd say. That is a strange sentence, but I understand in context what you're trying to communicate. This will be basically the eyes are nearly in the mouth, so that is what we're looking for. He's gonna be cute, and we're all gonna have a great time. Okay, so because we're now sort of splitting the end of this row, I'm going to have to use a single crochet 3 together on one side and a regular decrease on the other to try and like counteract that nonsense. But I'm going to do a single crochet 5 together on the other side, and it'll work out relatively balanced. We'll see. So we're going to go decrease, 3 single crochet, 5 single crochet together, which I wrote in a profoundly stupid manner. 1, 2, 3 single crochet at the front, and we're going to single crochet 3 together. Now that is going to not remove 4 stitches cleanly. It's going to remove it kind of crookedly, but it is going to get us. No, it's going to get us close. So 5, 6. Sorry, I almost had a brain fart in the middle of that sentence. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It'll get us down to 9 stitches, which is not very big, but that is actually good. Because from there we'll be just flaring out into the body. Single crochet 5 together is acting up in front of company. 1, 2, 3. I think we're going to need some stuffing after this. Okay, so we're down to 9, which means we have to stuff. Happy time zone, McFrew. Every time the eyes get added, you're immediately charmed by the precious little face. I'm telling you, the safety eyes do like 80% of the heavy lifting with these things. If you put safety eyes into like a simple ball, suddenly they're alive. They're just peeping. They're peeping at the world, full of magic and mystery and wonder, and it's just like, that ain't me. That's nothing to do with the shaping. That's everything to do with the fact that I've just put a couple of shiny little eyes in. and I take shameless advantage of it. Okay, the eyes are kind of crawling off one side of the head. And I've decided I can live with that. So, alright, from here we need to flare out quite quickly into like the nugget of the body, because I could go like this melty shape, or we could go like this high nugget shape. The melty shape is cuter and more accurate to like the official sprite, but the round ball is much more accurate to the way they're making Electabuzz these days. So, yeah. Sorry, Mr. Bones, I just saw your message about Electabuzz's shiny version. So yeah, I don't know, I kind of like my drawing though, and it would mean that he matches his buddy, and they could just be sitting here as buddies, whereas like if I do, I'm conflicted. I don't know if that question is for me or not, Andy. I assume you're talking to everybody else who's currently talking about piercings in the chat. Unfortunately, I have to make this decision like right now, but I'm going to be brave and we're going to work 9 increases, and that'll just be that. That'll be the decision made. We'll see what shape it comes out and we'll know. Two, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. I'm just looking at the tail and I'm like, you're going to make me do a 2 before stitches around, aren't you? Rude. Oh, night, Sammy. Thanks for hanging out. I don't even know how we got onto the subject of ears. Oh, because I was talking about the earrings and I only have one set of ears. Yeah, so, yeah, long story short, there is a crafts person who makes very beautiful little bird and dragon earrings, and I want some. And I haven't done that yet, but I probably will, because there's little red-tailed black cockatoos, or these are like white corellas, or the rainbow lorikeets. This is my problem. I want them all. I only have one set of ears. Current name list: Surge, the Conductor, Dealy Bopper, and Electress. Get a yellow paper cleaner and paint black stripes with a Sharpie and boom, tail. Andy, you are looking for the exploits today. When I think of the trouble I got in for that pipe cleaner tail on Raikou. I'm going to have to go back and crochet one for him at some point, but that's not today's problem. All right, we'll go for a little drop shape. So that got us up to 18 stitches. It does actually lend itself towards this shape more than this shape, so we're just going to go with it. We will do 18 single crochet around to sort of help lock that in, and then I'm thinking 3 increases per round to just get us slowly sloping outwards until we hit probably 24, which is only 2 rows of growth. But that might sit right. We might end up putting rows of single crochet in between to like make it technically 1.5 increases per row, because that's kind of how it works a little bit. Do I keep crawling off screen or am I crawling on screen? It's hard to tell because I'm never looking at that camera. But anyway, let's do that. It's Binkaboo, Loot. Some free advertising for a company I've not shopped from or received any incentive to shop from. There you go, guys. That's the place we're talking about. Yeah, there's also, I think it's called Spice and Dragon or something like that. They have a sister brand. It's the same person, or seems to be the same person, same studio. Now I've done that. All the ones that I want will sell out. You wait and see. But anyway, just, yeah. It's like, I think they're fantastic and beautiful and wonderful. And honestly, it's kind of nice to just find something that doesn't look like it was just like purchased in bulk from a factory somewhere. These actually look like they've been hand designed and handmade. So, really hard to find these days. Oh, you got your laundry folded, Celia. Congratulations. You're going to feel better now. You will. I know I always feel better once I tackle the pile. Oh, good night. Thank you for hanging out. They're adorable. They are truly, truly adorable, and they do a lot of like mismatched ones, so you've got like male and female pairings, or like mamas and babies. There's a seagull with a little pack of French fries. And I'm partial, excuse me, I'm quite partial to the Australian Birds series, but I know that there's plenty of others there. Serge McDeely Booper, the electric conductor. It's life is his orchestra. We are just playing with it, playing in it. Got 3 unfinished objects freed from their origin yarn cone so far. Oh, congratulations! That's good. I'm still not over the fact that when I went through the box, I think it was like late last year, and I found the pile of sewing projects that I'd been accruing for 4 years and carting from place to place and storing and stuff. It took me 20 minutes. That's it, to sew them all together, and then I was freed from them. Weekends are your designated clean your room day, so you can relate to the laundry part. I try and just do laundry on any day that I'm not filming. You have such a soft spot for kakapos and most birds. Yeah, I just love birds. In fact, and you know what? Having the channel has really consolidated for me how much of a creaturey person I am. Because it turns out that I just love critters. I love bugs. I love birds. I love all the fish. I love all the little reptiles. Mammals are fine. Monotremes are where it's at, but mammals are fine. It's just like, I like them. I like them a lot. I've just been mindlessly doing rows of single crochet. I don't know how many I've done, but we'll count in a second. I'm really worried that I've done 3. But we'll find out. I did do 3. I was supposed to do 1 and I did 3. This is fine. It's fine. Okay, so that will get us up to 21. I kind of like the name Buzzsaw. Like I said, that was going to be his name. Or it was going to be like his punchline for a theme if I had done that particular theme. Because then we have Firequacker and the Buzzsaw. And that appeals to me. Anyone remember what Scyther's name was? I can look it up. But sometimes you guys just know. See, I'll erase you. Trim Reaper. Okay, so yeah. Scyther's name was Trim Reaper. So we have Trim Reaper, Firequacker, and I like Buzzsaw, but it's not my job to name him. You must not have called that name. That was a while ago now. It took us all stream to make that dang Scyther. Then I stuffed him in a box and we haven't looked at him since. There was just so many pieces. I didn't see that one coming. I did not place the increases of this row with the care with which I have come to expect myself to place increases. Also, I have not done anywhere near enough stitches. There's just something gone very wrong with that row. Let's just go back. After all that, did I end up putting the eyes in the back of the head? No. No, it's an illusion. Scyther was also made after Venonat. That's correct, I think. Scyther's name was Trimothy? I didn't make a note of Trimothy. I know that I wrote down Trim Reaper. You finished your hardest working turtle a few days ago and would love to show but need to know how. You can share it on the Discord. There should be an invitation link in the chat if you're not on that one there, or that's really honestly the way to do it. I don't really check Instagram. I post up there because I've said it last week, that's how my parents see what I've been working on. But yeah, that's kind of, yeah, Discord is where I look. How do I plan to do the black details? I'm a sew 'em on. There is a chance that for the bigger stripes I'll make pieces and like sew them on, but for the little stripes I'm just going to stitch them. There we go, Mr. Bones has provided an invitation link to the Discord. Pinkaboo and Spice and Dragons are your favourite. You spend too much at both, but they make you happy. Recently bought the Easter Bunny Dragon for Easter because it's too cute. It's adorable. Okay, if I want the increase there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there. The spacing should have been correct there, unless my stitch count is off. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Huh? How did I do 9 increases and end up with 20 stitches? Then, well, the answer's simple. I either didn't do 9 increases or I don't have 20 stitches. Let's see. So I had 16 to start with, because that would have been 14, 15, 16, right? Yeah. And then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I definitely had 9 stitches. I've worked a whole bunch of rows since then. I don't really want to go back. But if I don't go back, that's too many stitches. It's too great of a proportion of the row for me not to know what's going on. It'll take us like 2 minutes to get back to where we were. It's fine. Alright, I am now frogging the increases. And I've stuffed it so everything's a little bit fluffy, which always makes frogging extra fun. And it's simple. I would have just gained a stitch somewhere. Oh yeah, that right away I can see where I gained the stitch. I've accidentally worked into the side of my single crochet 3 together instead of into the next stitch around. No worries, that's a simple fix. This time I'm going to count, because I've lost the privilege of winging it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, a big fat hen, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18, and now I'm going to count, and there should be just 18 stitches, because that's the number I've worked. 18, and we're correct now. You just watched someone try to crochet with their left non-dominant hand. She said a lot of patterns are made predominantly for right hands. Yeah, I know I can only design for right-handed because I am only right-handed. I've thought about considering learning to use my left hand, but at the same time, I don't see a world where I'm putting out 2 different videos for the same pattern, if that makes sense. Which is, yeah, because, like, Mr. Bones is a southpaw, so, like, so is my mum, actually. It's like I'm surrounded by left-handed people trying to navigate a very right-handed world. Yeah, Rainstorm. We took the body away, but it's coming back, don't you worry. There was an issue with a stitch a couple of rows back, and so we've just gone back and we fixed it. It's not a problem anymore. Gay purple dinosaur. I will let Mr. Bones answer that because frankly I don't know. I am a casual user of the Discord and a figurehead of the Discord, but Mr. Bones runs the shop over there. Hello, Ace. Hey, long time no see. Oh, itchy nose. Alrighty, so we'll get caught up again pretty quickly. There's a fiber right up my nose. I think I got it. Everything you make ends up flipped because you're left-handed. That makes sense to me. Like, do the shapes still kind of work though, or are they like nonsensical? Because to me, like, you'd hypothetically create the mirror image of the thing. You trust the CK process? Okay. That's nice. I don't. But that's because I am a little too aware of the CK process and what it actually looks like on the inside, and it's at least 3 parts panic. You're back from the dead with exciting news. Make Mr. Bones learn to crochet and have him do every video alongside me. I mean, hypothetically, yeah, but also no. Current name list: Surge, the Conductor, Dealy Bopper, and Electress. So cool. That's nice that you guys have picked like 4 names pretty easily. We obviously can only have 4 names in the poll. Normally there's a little bit of negotiation around 5th and 6th names as to where they should go, but it looks like things have got consolidated really easy. It works perfectly fine. It's literally just the mirror image. Well, that's good to know. Because, like, honestly, some of the nonsense I pull sometimes, I do wonder if I should be, like, disclaiming about, like, the right-handed thing. Like, all of my stuff has the list of, like, it's made with a like, photos are right-handed and all that kind of stuff, but yeah. Okay, so that's our 3 rows back up, and now my increases. Do they still go in the same spot? No, they do not. Now it's a much easier rotation, I think. About to finish the first phase of your first ever pattern design. Oh, that's so exciting. Do we get to know what it is, or is it a secret? Because it's absolutely fine to keep it a secret. Is it 4 names or 2? Oh, that's true. It could be Surge the Conductor and Dilly Bopper the Electress. 2, 3, 4, 5. Increase. Well, lost count somewhere in there because that ain't lining up. No, that was 5. I just can't count. The most complicated part is if a pattern uses right and left because you have to swap them in your head. Charts can be challenging. I've never really done a lot of crochet with charts, but I try my best to use very specific language in my patterns. When I'm having to give like wordy instructions. Honestly, I'm the kind of person, like if I see a lot of wordy instructions in a pattern, it turns my brain straight off. Just give me the numbers. Give me the numbers and I'll work out the patterns. But yeah, sometimes wordy instructions are needed, and when that comes up, I do try to be quite specific about like which side you're working on, and are they the stitches you just worked into, or are they the opposite ones? Or because I used to get really confused between whether a front loop was still a front loop after you've turned the work, or does it transform into the back loop? And now I know that the front loop is relative to where you currently are, not to where you just were. But at the same time, it's like, oh, I like the name Potato Battery. Can we keep it? Can he be our Potato Battery? You finished your Electabuzz body pics on Discord. Oh, I'll have a look in a minute. Sorry, I've got my reference images on the Discord up on the screen. If I scroll down, I'll lose them to the chaos that ensues. All my friends are learning crochet. You never had the patience when your mum and aunt made things. Your grandma made blankets and baby clothes that you still have. Yeah, I throw, I grow, but most of all, potato. That is truly important. I could, but most of all, I spud. Because the sketches don't actually matter at the end of the day. Hang on, I feel like I missed an important bit there. There you go. You just had to get over the voice in your head saying everything needed to be perfect. Your concept sketches are terrible, but I'm finally creating something out of them. Yeah, no, the sketches are merely there for information. They're communicative. They're not there to be like, they are not there to be great pieces of art. They're a tool that we are using. And yeah, I think that perfect is the enemy of good, and good is the enemy of adequate. Your sketches, particularly during the design phase, adequacy is kind of just like all you need. And even more so, it's like you'll reach a point where the sketches are just there to get the image straight in your head. They don't even have to be like full pictures. It's like, oh, hey, what do I think that looks like? And you scribble around for a bit, and until it suddenly goes ding, and the brain microwave is done, and you're like, okay, that's what it looks like. And then you don't even need the image anymore. It's surprising how often you think you know a shape, but don't actually know half its angles. Yeah, it'll get you. There's a reason that like the start of this stream was me like, oh, what shape is this head from a few different angles? I still haven't drawn the limbs, you may notice. Oh, and stop sitting on Electabuzz's face, dude. When you finish your little guy, you'll post him in the Discord. Excellent. Spud Lightyear. Alright, I think this is as wide as we need to go. We're at 24, which is about where I wanted to get to. I think we're going to do a couple of rows of 24 single crochet around. Just to add his tummy. Yeah, you think you know what a shape is. You probably don't. And that's not necessarily your fault either. The shapes are all secretly reorganizing themselves every time you look away from them. You have to get your mushroom creatures out of your head so you can concentrate on the things you really want to make. Yeah, you really want to create dragons and dragonkin. Oh, dragons are the best. I'm endlessly inspired by dragons. Well, that and frogs, but you'll see that soon. The frogs thing is going to be the timing turned out funny on something. It's fine. I don't want to talk about that anymore. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought it up. You think we should swap out Surge for Tater Battery? Batatery. I'll scroll. It's not as far down as I thought it was. Sorry. I thought it was all the way down. It's right there. Look at your little Electabuzz jumbled knots. That's so cute. Dude, how are you going faster than me? You're making me look bad. You need to take pictures of your little raccoons in their trash can. If I could ever get them away from your youngest. He's your biggest fan of your crochet creatures and he tried to steal them all. Yeah, one of my... Because I ended up with 3 raccoons as well as a raccoon body and a raccoon head that I could sew together and make another one. One of them has been claimed by one of my nibblings. She has been obsessed with raccoons since her very first lovey was a little raccoon named Bandit. And I think these raccoons are gonna go find a new home with her. You're currently working on a pink version of Marigold for your daughter who was born last year in the Year of the Dragon. I am jealous of the Year of the Dragon, but I am satisfied being Year of the Serpent. Go. We are nearly finished this body now. And it's good. I think he's going to come out around the same size as Magma, which is lovely. So the next question is really, do we want to do arms next or legs next? I'm going around again. You're making his mohawk things. Yeah. His little head whiskers. Legs delay the people hands. They're getting the mitten treatment anyway. Like, it's fine. Because I made that decision early on. I mean, don't get me wrong, Humpty got the full finger treatment. But the rest of them have just gotten mittens. And so I can get away with giving him mittens and he'll look right. Arm him and let the games be afoot. It's a bold move to give him armies. You're curious to see how I'm going to do the stripes. Oh, I'm worried that you're curious about it because I was going to do it off stream. I kind of lumped that in with like the sewing phase, but I don't know, depending on how we go, I might do a little bit on stream. So there we go, that's that, and now we'll just close it off, and we'll close it off using usual basics protocol. This is me making up names for things again. All I mean by that is we're going to put 6 decreases per round until we're all out of stitches to decrease with. So 24 divided by 6, I should know these ones off the top of my heart, but for some reason the brain is just not braining today. There we go, and that'll get us to 18, that'll get us to 12, and that'll get us to 6. And then we can finish off. Considering removing Dilly Bopper. Okay. In the current name list, Surge, the Conductor, Dillybopper, Electrus, Spud Lightyear, and Potato Battery. Well, okay, if I can give my 2 cents here. My favourite names on that list are, I like the Conductor, I like Spud Lightyear, I like Potato Battery. Dillybopper I would have included, but that's just me. It's like I'm not super caught up on it. I think Surge, isn't that the name of the gym leader from Gen 1? The electric gym leader? Like it is a fine name, but I feel like some of the other names are outshining it just a little bit. Yeah, Dillybopper can be his like secret nickname. Didn't mean to spoil the surprise. Oh, no. AC didn't spoil anything. I was just like worried that you were like hanging out to see me do them, and I don't think I'm going to do them on camera. So I just thought it best to let you know. That said, if I make the zigzag and the stripe, because he's got like one solid stripe down his back as well, if I make those as pieces, they'll be made as pieces here on camera. It's just the little stripes are just going to be sewn on. Like stitched and sewn. But sometimes language is inadequate to communicate what I'm trying to say. I like the Conductor, but I think that has more to do with the fact that I love trains. Oh, fair enough. The Conductor is quite austere. We still have plenty of electric types still to make as well. Let me think. We've got Zapdos still. We have Raichu. Is that it? Are they the only electric types we haven't made yet? In Gen 1, I mean. He just feels like he'd be in control of those train lines, you know? He feels like he's got it under control. There we go. And we'll do 6 little decreases around. Three, 4, 5. What? No. I lost count somewhere, but that's fine. Mathematically, it checks out. Normal and psychic type Pokemon are your favorite types? That's cool. I actually have a summary here of which types we've done the most of. Let me just add Electabuzz to the completed Pokemon list just for the sake of the numbers. And okay, so this takes into account primary type and secondary type. So if something is like a water flying type, it counts as water and it counts as flying. So it's not a perfect system. But I can tell you that our most popular poison type that we've made so far is poison. Apparently it's quite a popular secondary type. But yeah, 15.2% of the Pokemon we have made have been poison type. The second most popular has been normal, with 14%. Then we have water, also at 14%. Just reading through a list here. We have flying at 12.9%, grass at 10.7%, ground at 9%. Someone said psychic was their favorite, that's the one, right? Psychic has been just 6.7% of the Pokemon we've made. I think ghost is the lowest. Ghost type we've only done, apparently only 0.6%. So I don't think there are, I think there might only be one official ghost type Pokemon. Or I've got them labeled incorrectly. That's also a possibility here. I suppose Gengar is the one we've made. That makes sense. But I would have thought that like Spiritomb would have counted as a ghost. What's Spiritomb if not a ghost? There's so many on this list now, it's become really hard to find the ones that we've actually made. Where are you? Spiritomb. I have no type listed for Spiritomb, so there you go. It is me that's the problem. Why is there no type for Spiritomb? Or Riolu? Or Lucario? Alright, I apparently got lazy and haven't fully fleshed out the types on this, so never mind, disregard those numbers, they're clearly not correct. There's an electric buzzing sound in the stream, you're not sure what's causing it. There's like a low rumble of traffic outside. There's my computer fan. The fan is making kind of like a high pitchy kind of noise. I think I can hear the rumble you're talking about, but unfortunately it is outside, so I'm a... Yeah, Spiritomb is Ghost. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, is that like, I just clearly haven't filled out the typings properly after Gen 1. Yeah. Yeah, Spiritomb should be Ghost and Dark, yep. You don't hear the buzzing? That's okay. Some people are a little more sensitive to it, and sometimes it's a speaker thing, and sometimes it's a mic thing. I pick up things differently on my headphones than I do on speakers as well. So that's fine. If there was a low-pitched buzzing and there was something I could do about it, I would do it. All I could really do at this point is get all of the doors closed, but I'm a creature who needs oxygen, so I'm really sorry. Think it's the fan? Yeah, it has to sit on top of the desk right now because it's too big to go under the desk where it used to be kept. It's just like this. We've got some logistical issues, but we're out making it work. We've got our spud. I'm reclaiming this. We could stitch the face on now if we wanted to. Just saying. No, let's make his little antennae. His little tufts. I'm just going to work over a long tail. You know me, it's one of my favourite things to do. Oh, Electabuzz is doing great. Thank you for asking. Thank you, honey. He's pointed a fan in here to try and give me some air. It is moist in the chamber.
The sound is the fan on the back of your computer.
Is it?
Yeah, I was just gonna...
Because like I'm also picking up like a rumble from outside, if that makes sense.
Oh, that's not it. But you can't hear the outside, but I set up the fan to change the white noise in here, which might increase the white noise, which would reduce the gain on your microphone, which would get rid of the sound, hopefully. And
I thought you were just doing it to be nice.
Well, yeah, I'm doing it to be nice, but I'm doing it for, like, everyone's nicety, not just yours.
Oh, okay. I love you. Thank you.
I will find something.
No!
I'm sorry. I ruined everything.
You ruined nothing. I was not stealthy, and yet I shocked him. Sorry, yet to confirm, I had no type listed for Spiritomb at all.
There's a 30-second delay on the headphones, so I could still hear you in here, and so I couldn't hear you sneaking up on me. Ah!
What's funny is that I wasn't sneaking, I was full on like just like pat, 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 pat,
Yeah,
pat.
I did not hear you coming.
Anyway, I'm gonna call these, I don't know, tufts, antenna, spikies. I'm gonna call them spikes. Thank you, Electabuzz, for not having spikes down your back, like Magma and so many of the others did. Long tail, slip stitch, 2 single crochet, finish. Startled skeleton noises, more like. Sorry guys, he had to know. He had to know that he does not ruin anything. He makes everything better. Y'all, I move with the finesse of a boulder rolling down a hill. So, like, no one has ever accused me of being stealthy. Oh my goodness, I don't want to give him a lobotomy. Where is a sharper pin? Why are you like this? There we go. There's one. We'll whip up another one real quick. Yeah, the Goombas, Rena. Yeah, they totally remind me of that as well. Admittedly, that I had that on the mind when I was drawing him. He definitely has that kind of vibe. Stop doing that. We're not trying to make chains. Now it looks like a little unicorn. Thank you. He feels like a unicorn. End of the stretch break, back to crochet. Oh, you have a good stream too? Oh, sorry, that's a weird thing to say. Have a good day, Ace. Thanks for coming and saying hi. So it's kind of got the same energy of like a wait person telling you, oh, okay, enjoy your meal, and you go, yeah, you too. No. Though I think that all we're all trying to express in that moment is like, I receive your positive energy and wish to return it to you in the same flavor. So I guess it's not as embarrassing as it kind of feels at the time. Okay, I've given him his little head spikies. It would be pretty easy to add them face on. Guys, do you want to see me do the face now? I know that we're getting distracted and I should be making the rest of the limbs, but I'm kind of feeling the need to pull his little face on so that he can watch us, and I think that could be really cute. So, besides, it's been a really long time since I've done any of this stuff on camera. So let's just see if I've gotten better or see if you guys have any feedback. So let's see. First off, we need some teeth on either side of the head. So I'm doing the teeth first so I can cover them over with... Where did you come from? That's funny. Suddenly there was just a yellow strand as well. Let's see, where do these little teeth go? Do we reckon they go down there? Yeah, I reckon they go down there. Smaller than that though. It's just tiny little chompers. It's got the same vibe as Happy Birthday, thanks you too. Yeah. Managed to not do the enjoy your meal you too bit, but I almost always do enjoy your movie you too on the rare occasion I buy a movie ticket in person. Yeah. The curved needle is iconic? Okay. Yeah, I need to go buy more curved needles, frankly. It's actually really strange. No, that's weird. It's just like I use straight needles on and off as well. It's just the curved needle makes everything so much easier. And I've adapted to the angle now, so I no longer stab myself repeatedly when using it. It is a learning curve, though. I've had people communicate to me that they have injured themselves in their attempts to switch to a curved needle. It's just like eventually you either grow calluses or you calibrate to the angle of the needle, and then working with a straight needle starts feeling very strange because the needle never pokes out where you expect it to be. Okay, I'm going to add some tiny teeth. Thanks, I return your good vibe in a similar flavour. Yeah, exactly. I was just like, you know, I appreciate the energy you're throwing my way and I wish to throw it back, but I'm just kind of a doofus. Okay, and I'm going to give him some little whites to his eyes as well because that always just adds the cute factor of about 5%. And he has quite significant whites to his eyes, but then we've also given him like toad pupils. And I will continue to call them that because it seems to be a nice YouTube-friendly way of referring to what I'm referring to. There we go. Hello, baby. We've been waiting to meet you. Rawr. Okay, and now I need a little yellow. Yellow. No, we'll do eyelids last because it's funny. I'll use the black next. So the black is going to be for the eyebrow stripe and for the mouth. So the mouth is basically just a single strand, so we might even do the eyebrow stripe first because it'll lock it in place better. Make mouth. Yum. Eyebrows I need some marker pins for though. So the eyebrow comes all the way down between those eyes. So let's bring it down to like there. And let's put the upper edges of them there, and that looks pretty balanced. Let's just line it up and see. Oh yeah, that'll get the job done. I actually think it needs to be slightly further down. It's all the stuff I normally do while watching television. Okay, there we go. We'll just go straight up. Straight back down to the same spot. And I'm going through the yarn as well. It'll actually lock it in place. That way you don't need like knots or anything. I just stitched through the same yarn on the first and last stitches and it locks everything in place. I don't think I've ever actually spoken about that on camera. It's not a secret. I just assumed everybody was doing it until people were telling me that like the way I do it, the yarn always pulls out. I'm just like, but then you're not securing it.
Hey, pretty lady.
Hello.
I had a thunk, right?
I like your thunks.
You know how when you do... Moving on.
What did I do?
You know how when you do straps, right?
Yes.
You do this cool thing where like you tuck the other piece underneath the first bit, so you get like a cool little shape with it, right?
Okay.
Well, with this one, because of the way his spikes do.
Oh yes, his stripes do.
Like if my hands were stitches, you could just like have them slightly disheveled and out of alignment, and it has like that sort of swishiness to his stripes.
Yes.
Just a thought.
It is a thought. I'm sorry I summoned a tornado to Siren Law. I swear I didn't know I had this as a superpower until I started streaming. The stripes are kind of raggedy at the ends, which is, I believe, what Mr. Bones was referencing. So I am doing my best to capture that. I might have to take his two little spikies off because they're kind of getting in the way. Take my guy. Oh, that's magma. We don't stuff pins in magma. The tortoise will get jealous, and I'll tell you what, guys, you do not want the tortoise to get jealous. Is that enough eyebrow? I feel like I've made it too short. The eyes will look smaller in a second, but maybe I'll just do one strand up the middle that looks slightly longer. Okay, and now that one's really thick, and so that's even at least. It's at least even, and we'll leave it there so I don't overdo it. And now we need his little mouth. Now his mouth isn't too much wider than where his teeth are, so we'll come out here. It's really important that when you pull the strand into place, it sits nicely as you pull it. So there we go. I do not like that that is touching, but I will correct it in a second. And then this is going to come just across his face to about there. And that's our dude. Our dude be doodin'. I don't think he has any of the stripes on his head, right? I only promised face. So face is all we shall deliver. Go. I can tuck those ends away inside and just put a little yellow on my hook and we'll needle, not hook, and we'll finish off those eyes. Very glad I did the black first though, not just for comedic reasons, but because it means that I can cover up, or I can help correct something that went wrong with that eyebrow. Just got that big old unibrow, exactly, but we don't shame the big old unibrow, you know. There is no such thing as wrong hair. Sometimes there's just hair that you pluck aggressively. I do wish I'd shown a little bit more restraint with this face stripe, but we will adapt, we will overcome. We will add eyelids. Happy time zone, Lewis. Okay, and we'll do that, and we'll go across to the other side. It's meant to be lower. Yeah, okay. I'm regretting the eyebrow. I can't do much about it now. Why I do a lot of my embroidery off stream is because it takes so much focus and sometimes I unpick it. But once it's on camera and I've shown you guys, I feel like I can't do that anymore. But I think that is going to be what his head ends up looking like, because that is what his head currently looks like and we have reached its final form. The only thing I haven't done is sewn those two little dealies on top, which I could do now. Oh my goodness, this hair up my nose is driving me bonkers bananas. Let's sew them on. The yellow's there, the needle's threaded. Every time I talk about the fact that I like to thread my needle once with one long strand, I get all of the Germans in my chat telling me that I'm a lazy person, or so their sewing teacher says, which is always really funny to me. Hi.
You got a hair up your nose. Want me to get it?
Ugh. Ugh. Mr. Bones is now banned from the film room. Ugh. Happy time zone. I think the change, the I don't know, this is the mid crew, not the late crew. Mid has connotations now, though. I just mean the crew that arrives in the middle. The next group has arrived to the stream, and welcome. Today's theme is yellow. I know we did a yellow theme a ways back, but this stream, none of the clues are yellow, it's just all the Pokemon are. It makes sense, it does. Oh, come on. Yep. Can't swear while sewing when I do it on camera either. That's annoying, because that's my native language. You don't care if I change details, that's fine. Oh, I would. I absolutely would if I thought it was necessary. I just think that, like, sometimes they end up with a little bit of excessive personality, and that is the only way I can think of to describe this eyebrow. Oh. He's so angry and in focus. And I gotta do something about these cameras. Whoa, I just speared down a long thought tunnel then. Sorry, guys. Oh no, it's the quacker? Sorry, I'll stand him back up. Okay. That's all the assembly we'll be doing today. I just could not resist. They are slow dancing. Alrighty, let's pop that away so I don't accidentally stab myself or others. The nation of angry eyebrows. Alright, so next up. There was some conjecture as to whether or not we should arm him or leg him. I was actually thinking I might do the tail just to be obnoxious, but I won't. So the arms, I'm going to literally do this oversimplified shape for them. I get that he has sort of fluffy elbow tufts in the sprite, but they don't seem to be present on a lot of the 3D. Oh no, he has like a couple of spikes on that one there. But I'm smoothing out the shape as well. There is a couple of schools of thought as to what I can and can't get away with here. But I'm thinking just like a generally curved shape with an oven mitt. Don't know why I made it that long. More like this. You know what? I may not even put a thumb on there. We're in our lazy stitch era. Thumbs are not required. Any of those like black stripes I'll stitch on using a needle like I did with the eyebrow. Later? Later's good. But I do want to try and capture a curved shape for them. And and I will try and add a couple of picots around like where the elbow should be, if it fits. So yeah, we like noodle arm, but we are also trying to make, like, you know, I'll try and like thread the needle, as it were. Make that all work. Excuse the sound of the kettle. That's the sound you're currently hearing. It will be over shortly. Right. Oh, right. Yeah, it's still my turn. Here we go. Hands are easy. Hands are fun. Start with a magic ring of 6 and then you're basically done. He could be focusing, trying to learn crochet. Mr. Bones could whittle him a little crochet hook from a toothpick. Well, I still have that one that the rat is using. That's just from a skewer. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 6. And we will go up to 8. I think he does have like a chunky mitten. And this is what, our 110th Pokemon? 41 to go. That's pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting. Tell you what is exciting though is knowing what I'm doing every stream without having to think about it. Sometimes those weekly videos become really hard to come up with stuff. Magic ring 6, 2 single crochet, ink, single crochet. Though Easter is coming up and I still haven't decided if, sorry, some of you would have heard me talk about this earlier in the year where it's not a New Year's resolution because I don't do that. But one thing I did decide to try and hold myself to this year was to be consistent. I wanted to make sure that I put a video out every week and I do my stream every week. Now, Easter is coming up and I'm just not really sure how to work around that. It might end up just being a week, like a Sunday that I end up taking off. Just because like I can't exactly move the stream to Easter Monday either. There's like a lot of public holiday nonsense around that sort of, sorry, I'm not trying to diminish what is probably an important holiday for some people, and I was not trying to be frivolous about that. I was just like, by public holiday nonsense, I mean noise outside my building. That's all. So I was like, I'm not sure it makes any kind of sense to kind of do a stream that week, but I also don't want to like leave you guys hanging, particularly if you're like, it's like I'm not going home for Easter. I'm not going to have family around other than Mr. Bones. So it's like, I also understand the importance of having regular touch points with your community, and so like some people might need that touch point that day. So I don't know, it's something I'm thinking about. Let me know in the chat what you think. What's up, honey? You came and lurked.
Could I grab the trash can and lid and
you want Benjamin?
Electabuzz.
Oh, you want the Benjamin or you want the raccoon bin?
Raccoon bin.
Alright, hang on, I'll turn my camera off for a sec. Stop. It is safe. Go. This is panicked skeleton noises.
And Electabuzz?
You want Electabuzz as well?
Because you're not working on him just at the moment, and like this is a really short bit.
But he's still Quasimodo.
This is a really short bit.
He's half formed. Okay. Alright, I'll turn the camera back on. Guys, I'm still here. No one panic.
I'm just getting Oscar the Grouch vibes.
Oh my goodness, totally. Alright, yeah. Mr. Bones just thought it was really important that we all experience this. Yeah. It actually fits him a lot. He's a little trash guy. If I have the time, I can film something ahead of time to release on the day, so you don't have to do a live, but it wouldn't be the same, so I get that. Yeah, and it's like, to me, I'm thinking about this from a strategy point of view, so it's not, like, the whole point of the consistency thing was to stop me from, like, you know, when you work for yourself, you have to hold yourself accountable in different ways, and so this is just one of the things I wanted to hold myself accountable to. There were times last year when, like, for example, when the pipe exploded, arguably I could have gotten work done, but I let myself get, like, stressed and distracted and copy and didn't. So, like, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And so it's just like I was trying to, like, hold myself accountable in those scenarios where it's like, this is more of like a, I'm thinking about it ahead of time. I don't think it makes sense to schedule one that day or that weekend, really. So it might just be something we take off. But I don't know. Yeah, so like it's thank you, Rainstorm. But yeah, no, it's more like I'm allowed to plan ahead to not do one. I'm not allowed to just like wake up on the morning and not feel like it. Yeah, which I am still also allowed to do, but not frivolously, obviously. It's just like, also I just really like streaming and I find excuses to do it. It's just, you know, sometimes you wake up and you don't even want to eat chocolate. You know what I mean? You wake up and you just don't even want to do the things you love to do. And it's like, so you just need to... Sometimes they are things you have to do anyway, like brushing your teeth. And sometimes they're not. So yeah, there is, long story short, there is, long story and a lot of personal baggage short, there probably won't be a stream over Easter weekend, is my current thought on the subject. So I will confirm closer to, how did I do the ridges on the side of the trash can? Oh, well, the whole pattern is available. It's pinned in the Discord for free. You can just join the Discord and go to the pins and find it. It's also possibly more accessible to find on Patreon, but that is behind a paywall. So I'm just pointing you to Discord if you would like it for free. They are treble crochets worked over multiple rows. So like they are posted around each other. So you just work I'm not explaining this well. They're basically rows of single crochet, but every couple of stitches it's a treble, and you work the treble as a post stitch around the treble from the previous row. It's a real simple technique that I picked up when I was playing around with fancy squares, because I feel like it's a good way to learn a lot of new interesting stitches, is to do something like a Sophie's Universe. Not the whole thing, but like a lot of the thing. You'll learn a lot of new stitches and structure techniques really, really quickly doing something like that. And this is one of the ones that I learned. And it just ridges. And it's not one that it's something I've known how to do for like 5 years, but never used it in a project before, but I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with the texture. I can see it having many applications. So downside of YouTube, no sick days, vacation days, or holidays. You have to plan ahead to get time off of that algorithm. Yeah, that's true. Don't get me wrong, I'm not exactly like a trend chaser. I'm no good at it. But like, I am happy enough to keep making the stuff that I'm making while it's still fun for me. And if you guys find it fun, that's great too. But yeah, it's hard to find time off. Like, I think there is potential here that I'm going to be able to take at least a couple of days off, which will be the first time that that's really happened in a non-stress emergency situation in like since I started the channel. Because when I started the channel, for the first 2 or 3 years of it, I was working full-time as well, and then every other moment went to working on videos and stuff. And then after I left my full-time job, this became my full-time job, and this is an octopus that does not want to have the lid put on its piece of Tupperware. You know, this will swallow every piece of time you have. It just does. And when you're not working on it, you're thinking about it, and then none of this is new information. And I'm not saying any of this in a negative light either. It is the nature of this particular beast. It's always there. And it's always like in the back of your mind. And like before you start, you see something, you're like, oh, that could be fun. And then your second thought is always, but should I not do that until it's content? Or should I save that for content? which is, funnily enough, a reason why I don't do a lot of the gaming stuff on stream or as videos anymore. I know I occasionally do, but like it started to mean that I would stop playing games and I was losing my leisure activities. I really need them. You have a front post project in your unfinished object basket. Yeah, exactly. Hi, Soul. Seconding Oscar for a name. I think Oscar's very cute. Let's see, where did I pin that? I don't think it's in, unless Mr. Bones shared it into live stream as well, which he might have done. He's very on top of things. He did. Yeah, okay. Mr. Bones has shared a link to the trash can post in the live stream channel. It's the most recent comment at the moment. So that said, it is pinned in YouTube chat if you know how to navigate to there as well. I always get a giggle out of silent ads, because to me that says either someone put absolutely no thought or effort into it, which is funny in its own way because they're paying for the experience, or it's funny because they've potentially lost the rights to the music they were using. I like to think of it that way. I just think it's funny when I get those. It's like, cool. I'd much rather those than the ones that are screaming at you. Anyone else remember that era of television where the ads were just like, they had to get your attention and the only way they could think to do it is to literally have their audios like set way louder than the rest of the audio on the shows around it. And so like the ads would just shout at you. Okay, I have commenced the curve. I've put increases on the inside. Oh, dang, I've put them on the inside of the hand instead of the outside of the arm. This could be a very strangely curved arm. We're just going to deal with the outcome of that, because I've decided I can't be bothered frogging 8 stitches to fix it, and so it is what it is. This arm is going to curve the way it's going to curve, and we're all going to be polite about it, okay? 1. No, not 1. Increase, then 1. Increase. Oh my goodness, we've been going for nearly 2.5 hours. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was because of those loud ads that you learned how to hit the mute button fast, right? They're too loud. It's like even if I'm actively interested in the information, I'm going to make it a point not to attend your establishment, sir. You're going to shout at me there too. Yeah, he does look a little like caveman, little Neanderthal. They still do that sometimes on YouTube and Paramount. I haven't encountered that, but I believe you. That said, I know it kind of sounds sus, right? Because obviously I make a little bit of money from ad revenue. But I also got to say, it's I don't mind ads. I don't have YouTube Premium. I watch YouTube with ads, and my Paramount account has ads, I'm pretty sure. At least it did when I first signed up. I might have boosted that to get the second screen availability. But in any case, well, it's not that I like them, it's just I think that they provide handy breaks between content when they're put correctly. The only thing that can get really annoying is when they are not positioned correctly and they are disruptive to the content, or they're every 10 freaking seconds, because I'm sorry, who is enjoying that viewing experience? It's like if I watch a video and it's got an ad every 10 seconds, it's like I can guarantee I'm not watching another. So, hi Coletti! Yeah, he'll look like he's flexing or that his hands are neatly tucked in his lap or something. The pose I allow to evolve over time. That's okay. Okay, we're going to do our decreases this row, I think. So I'll just work 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe. So we've got 12 stitches. I want to work 2 decreases. I want them to be centered. We are off to one side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches on one side. Then our 2 decreases, which will get us up to 9 stitches, and then it's 3 single crochet on the other side, bringing us back down to 10. Sorry, I just want to say this out loud. Hello, bug, bug, bug. I suppose my lack of problem with ads is also stemming from the fact that when I'm watching stuff, it's usually as more background noise than actively watching. Ads can be a little bit frustrating when you're trying to actively watch something and they're kind of disrupting things a little bit. But like when you're passively watching, like you're up and doing things, or in my case, it tends to be like I'm sitting and I'm editing something, or I'm working on a pattern. I'm very rarely just sitting and watching something. So like ads are still just background noise. Ads are still a group of people talking around the fire, keeping me company. So happy that the FCC prohibited commercials from being louder than the shows they're with. However, it doesn't apply to streaming services, so I noticed what's happening more again. I'm pretty sure YouTube does this to videos. I don't know if it does this to the ads as well. No idea. But I'm pretty sure YouTube balances the audio of videos that are uploaded to keep everything within a certain range. It's kind of just like, if you edit, you know about audio normalization. It sort of removes the peaks and lifts really quiet audio. Stuff like that. So normalizing it can like bring it all back down into whack. Okay, and then we'll do 4 single crochet, 2 decreases, and no, we'll do 4 single crochet, a picot, a decrease, a picot, a decrease, and a picot. Oh no. And then we'll do 2 single crochet back to the start. That said, this is not an advertisement for or against YouTube Premium. That's just me stating for the record, I don't have it. I watch ads. You finish the arms, picks up on the Discord? Cool. What are you making next? Because I gotta tell you, if you make the legs before me, I'm not gonna look at them either. Until afterwards. Sorry, I've discussed before the fact that like part of the fun for me is working out how to do things. If I see how someone else has solved the puzzle, it's gonna tell me what the answer to the puzzle is. It says what you're doing is impressive. Leggies! Good. Because now he has armies. Once he has leggies, he can face defeat. The toad pattern was adorable. Once you finish your queen, you'll make an army. Yay! I was surprised at how many people liked the toad. I shouldn't be, because toads are great, but... Don't mind me. This is fine. I'm still adjusting to having to wear something over my eyes. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's just like the toad, when I'm designing a pattern, all I remember is the struggle. And then sometimes it's a pleasant surprise to have people respond as though it's a delight. And the toad is definitely getting the delight treatment. And honestly, back to back with the raccoon. I'm killing it right now, folks. It's been a while. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And we'll decrease. Skipping the picot, of course. And we'll decrease, once again skipping the picots. Not fussing about with invisible decreases there. Standard decreases are fine when things get complicated. I should write this down. 2 decreases. And then a single crochet. Yeah, I think it's got frog vibes to it. Like I was telling the story last week here on stream, is that I was making a rain frog, and then just like every time I sat down to sketch the rain frog or try to make adjustments or make an overlay piece for the rain frog or make the mouth of the rain frog, it was just coming out very, very Toad. And while I could do things to adjust it, I could see where the problems were. I also just really liked the Toad I was making. And so I was just like, you know what, maybe I'm putting a Toad out. Maybe I'm not trying to force a rain frog. Maybe we'll come back to that. Maybe it's like the pangolin, where like some patterns are just not meant to be because they're awful. I love pangolins, the creature. Pangolins, sloths, apparently rain frogs joins that illustrious list of things that stump complicated knots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. And then we're down to 6, and we'll just do a couple of rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stop counting. Other people are trying to crochet. Okay, that is 3 rows. Should do just nicely. You need a rocket backpack pattern for the Toad to make it a missile Toad? Bottega Channel, is that a reference to something? Because I must know. It's a great Toad, thank you. I looked at it and then I was like eyeballing Beelzebufo because like I've talked about Beelzebufo, right? I'm making Beelzebufo at some point this year. I don't care if you're sick of Toads, we're making Beelzebufo at some point. But I was like, is now the time? Is this Toad Beelzebufo? And this Toad was not Beelzebufo. So there's going to be at least one more Toad this year. Because Beelzebufo must happen. We could even do life-size Beelzebufo because he's just not that big. Don't get me wrong, he's a big boy for a frog Toad. He's like, put that on camera. He's like this. He's like big dinner plate sized. But like, that's riding that line of just small enough that it's not unrealistic to make a life-sized one, but it's also not encouraged to make a life-sized one. You made a variegated green Toad and your family saw it and now gave 8 requests for Toads for Easters instead of chicks and bunnies. I love that. See, Toad Christmas. Not Christmas, my goodness. Toad Easter. You could make a little bunny ear headband for each of them. Or don't sew the mouth shut fully and you could like put one of those little like fuzzy, you know, those little chicks that kind of look like this. You guys seen those ones? Sometimes they have legs. Those things. Like, those, one of those in its mouth. Don't tell them either. They may never find it, but you'll know. Missile Toad. It's a pun of mistletoe. Oh, okay. It is a pun. Okay. Well, you've put yarn on your hook and you've started a magic ring. What are we making? Huh? Let's make the tail. Let's make the tail while you get your head on straight. Yeah, the little pom-pom chicks. That always look like they're just they're very disgruntled and they're having a bad day. Okay, one. We're making the tail, which is, unfortunately, 4 stitches around, which is one of my least favourite shapes to make, but I think it's the only way to get it proportionally thin enough. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm counting again. I'm so sorry. Will Electabuzz be the only Pokemon for the stream? I don't know. I don't know. I will have to review and see. Because on the one hand, he doesn't have many pieces left. But on the other hand, we are coming up on 2.5 hours. So like it'll be 3 hours, I reckon, ish, before we get the vote up. Just trying to think of who else I've put in the listings, because it's going to depend if it, like... Okay, I don't want to do that one. That one could be done in that time frame, but I feel like it's just ruining everyone's fun if I do it that way. And I've officially lost count. That's fine. It was a losing battle anyway. And who's the other one? Well, I know they're yellow. Oh, that's the other one. Oh, okay, yeah. No, they are probably... All of the remaining ones. One's probably a 2-hour one, but the others are probably 3 or 4 hours. 3 hours probably is realistic. This might just be a short stream today. I don't know. It wasn't my intention. You had to Google Beelzebufo because you never heard of them. Now I'm greatly looking forward to a life-size crochet version. Yeah, sorry. Beelzebufo is the dino frog they discovered. And they were always very careful to draw it with a dinosaur in its mouth, even though it's only about the size of a dinner plate. Beelzebufo, get on board. It has eyebrows like, I can never remember his name, the dude from Farscape? Farscape. Yeah, the little floating toad dude from Farscape has the same eyebrows as this guy. Oh, hi Darcy! Farscape. Yeah. What did I say? I thought I said Farscape. I like the conductor. Right, sorry, honey. Let me have a look at this name list and I'll tell you which one I think we should drop. Not because it's bad, but just because some of the others... Drop Surge. That's easy. The conductor is good. Electrus Dillibopper I would drop, but I feel like it's a combination of people's hopes, and so I don't want to, like, ruin it for people. Spud Lightyear is hilarious, and Potato Battery is funny as well. So, like, yeah, drop Surge. Surge is just such a meh name. Again, no offense to the person who requested that name. It's just there are just some really good ones this time. Counting doesn't bother you? Yeah, fair enough. I have a soft spot for competition reality shows, and the number of times I'm trying to count while there's a countdown on the screen. Also, I found out that I struggle to count while people are spelling. It's very specific. Words don't bother me, but when someone starts spelling, apparently I use the same part of my brain to, like, silently count as I do to interpret spelling into words. Surge like a Lieutenant Surge, the electric gym leader. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's kind of like that's the gym leader. It's also like a fun enough electric pun. I like the conductor better. If I had to pick between Surge and the conductor, I'd be picking the conductor. But again, my opinion doesn't super count here. I'm just giving my 2 cents. How much tail do you have, my dude? I think it's approximately that much. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 rows. Magic ring 4, and then we did 4 single crochet. Then doing crochet while watching shows like Lingo. I've not heard of that one. The oldest feral seems to have an inflamed throat and's been coughing all day. Oh no. There we go. The tail has been stoofed. And we'll have its black stripes by the time we're done. Okay, it's probably time to do the leggies. I feel like they need to be very similar to Firecrackers. Because, like, they're basically, like, they've got the 2 toes at the front, but they also have a toe at the back. As we've drawn under here. Oh my goodness, my screen's a mess at the moment. I apologize. Yeah, here's the captain of his own ship. He's also bothering the Firecracker, who is holding the lid as a shield. Good. Excellent. Cute little tableau for me to work to. So his leg is kind of just like this little noodle. I understand it's a slightly longer noodle in the sprite, but we're just going to do little noodle. And then it's long. Now, round is better than long in a lot of ways. But I will try and make it work. See, when it's round, you can start at the sole of the foot and work up through it as layers, which is nice and easy. When it's long, you kind of have to start from the toes and work backwards, which is kind of a pain. Yeah. Said... No, you know what? I'm okay to keep going. I was gonna be like, we've been going for a while. I might take a 10-minute break now, but like, nah, I can soldier on. But I don't know if we're gonna make another one though. Hold please while I just have a little look at what the other options were without revealing them to you. Turn that off, and then I should be able to open it, and you can't see it. Yeah, we just don't have time for those ones today. Okay, sorry guys. Electabuzz will be the only Pokemon we make today, which means I am going to take a little break now, probably just a little 5-minute one. I just need to walk around and stretch my hip out. But I'll be back, and we'll be back, and we'll get him all finished off. We might even spend some time doing his assembly on screen. So let's find that. Where is the break button? There's the break button. Okay. Time's up. If you were going to use that time to get a snack, it's too late. Sorry, Loot. You're now trapped in here forever. Autistic Prop Leo, are you enjoying your stimming to the Mr. Bones theme song? Is that what's going on? LeChonk! Yay! We have to celebrate the boy. It's the rules. I just spent the last 5 minutes not thinking about crochet at all. And now I'm back here, wishing I'd spent a little time thinking about crochet. You and your dang long feet. Alright, we're going to try and cheese it a little bit. So that's the magic ring of 6. And if I, like, really force 4 stitches into one of them here, that's going to add 3 stitches to our round and push us up to 9, but it should all be in, like, a long direction. We're just going to try it and see if it works. I don't think I've ever tried to force something quite at this scale before. Stupid long feet. The second song, an intersection between Pokemon and Legend of Zelda. For me, it gives me Stardew Valley vibes. Excuse me. Sorry, I sugared myself up during my break. Sugar! Good, good. You gotta hydrate. Okay, that's 5, and then to 6. Now we'll try that overextension thing. Alright, I messed that up. It's 1 and 2. So then 4 into the same stitch. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so tiny little dumpling feet, but I think they're going to work. So I'm got to be careful now not to add any more width and to only add height, but we are going to build the nails in using, I can't remember if I used trebles or double trebles or what on Magma. Could be either. I think they're double trebles. Electabuzz in the trash can. He looks like a yellow Oscar the Grouch. He does. I think that's the joke Mr. Bones was making with it. He's very grouchy. Somehow Oscar wasn't added to the name list, though. And I'm sorry, just the idea of Magma being America's buttocks when his head looks like that is just really funny to me. Okay, so I'll do 2 single crochet. 1 and 2. And We'll do a toenail. Start with a treble, see if that works. Oh yeah, that works very nicely. Excellent, the spacing should actually be working out really well for this. 9 stitches around was the correct choice when trying to evenly place 3 things. Cough. Professional. Serious face. Current name list. The Conductor, Surge, Electress, Dillybopper, Spud Lightyear, and Potato Battery. Caught you off guard with the butt thing. No comment. Drop, Surge, and Conductor. That was not me making a suggestion, that was me reading a chat. Alright, and we're going to go 4 together, so 2 single crochet, 4 together, and then 3 single crochet, bringing us back to 6, because he's just got noodly little legs. His arms at the thinnest point were also... Where am I? There I am, on this side. His arms were also only 6 stitches around at their thinnest point. I feel like the arms and legs were of similar thickness at that part of him. So, yeah. Y'all, I will accept your judgment. But you gotta make a decision. Okay, I'm so sorry. I love Surge. Don't drop the Conductor. Swap for Oscar? It's like, guys, you're trying to get the name list down. Look at that. Long foot. It's smaller than Magmar's foot. It's potentially smaller than Oscar's feet are meant to be. But they are what we have. He wears a children's size too. 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, and 6. And again. They are very dainty little feet, yes. So I low-key want to suggest Pow-Wah as a name, but I shouldn't be adding names to the list at this point. Okay, buddy, your feet are a little on the small side, but I feel like no one's going to really notice once we've got your stripes on. And if they do make fun of you, we will teach them to fear you. Yeah, Pow-Wah! Tail. Pin that in place. Oh, just make another one again straight away just to make sure, because I'm not sure I wrote that down correctly, and the best way to check is to make it again. Oscar the leg day skipping. Don't be mean to him! You kidding me right now? We don't condone bullying on this channel, and like, his feet are perfect. You leave them alone. Don't mind me, sorry. Okay, so here we go again with the second foot. Two, three, four. One, two, three. Okay, so far so good. So far it matches what I wrote down. So let's try the toenails now. One and two. Yeah, I'm all tangled up with the tortoise. Thank you, tortoise. And another toenail. No, wait, actually, I think I did that in the wrong stitch just then. Yep, there we go. One further around. Thank you. One and two. And one final. Yeah, see, something went wrong with my counting there. It's just not adding up. That's really annoying. The yarn felt like it was tangling on itself. It just felt wrong. Yeah, and there's only 8 stitches and there should be 9. Waiting to see if I'd get a message, but I didn't. It's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 back to the start now. There it is. Just popped through. Sorry, I told the early stream folks, but for anybody who missed the start of the stream, the collab that I've been working on with Skein Spider since December, Thursday's video, right? And then there will be a part 2 on Skein Spider on Friday, the day after. So my usual video upload time, that is when that collab is finally happening. We've been working on it for a really long time. We're really excited to finally show it to you. So, yeah, this Thursday, it's finally happening. We finally got it scheduled. Oh, dang, I forgot to change colours. This foot is a comedy of errors right now. Anyway, sorry. I'm getting distracted because I'm messaging, funnily enough, with Lee. He wouldn't be a conductor, he would be a senator. Do we get a hint as to what the collab is? Nope. Nope, no hints. At least no hints from me. I think there was like a brief 5-second clip that might impart a little information in Lee's most recent video that went live on Friday. So there is a reason why basically honestly the only person I have ever and possibly will ever collab with is Lee. Like, the heavy lifting she does in these projects is incredible. This is going to be like the highest quality my content has ever been. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing you all react. Which means that this Thursday has the chance to be a good day or a really bad day. Oh, sorry, I also collab with you, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
I don't think that counts as a collab.
It doesn't, but also I want you to feel included.
If you needed to articulate something complicated that would require lots of typing to Lee, you can direct her my way.
Oh no, that's okay. It's done. I just had a glance at it. It's like I shouldn't have been looking at my messages. It's just I was on Discord and I saw it pop up and I'm just like, I'm just gonna have a look at that. That's fine. I'm glad you're extra curious. I have been trying to cultivate that sense of mystery, and hopefully you're not disappointed. We have worked very hard. Yeah, I'm very excited. And I'm also excited, like, don't get me wrong, I've had the most fun, but I'm just also really excited to, like, be out the other side of it and have the time to put towards bigger projects, if that makes sense. Like, not bigger projects, but, like, big projects again. I feel like my videos have gotten a little anemic over the last month when I ran out of planned content, and now I'll have that extra time back to, like, put into other things. But then, like, I also really, really liked this. It was really cool to work on. I think it's some of the best work we've ever done. Yeah, you'll see. Anyway, you'll see on Thursday. Skein Spider actually gave Complicated Knots / stream a shout out recommendation in her latest video she produced. Yes, that's true, Bottega Channel. That's the kind of little clip I'm talking about. She inserted a clip from our next collab as part of that shout out, and I think it was a sneaky way of, like, yeah, no, I did see that. I somehow, yeah, which I absolutely appreciate. I think that there's a lot of crossover in our audiences at this point. I mean, she and I don't know if we started at the same time, but we started around the same time. I think we were hitting the same milestones really early on as well. Like, I think our first collab, we both had like a sneeze over 1,000 subs, and it was just like she was an Australian, she was a crocheter. She and I, turns out we have a very similar sense of humor. So yeah, we just sort of like, there we are. I found my YouTube buddy. Always pack a YouTube buddy. That was it. I had picked my YouTube buddy. She's well worth watching, guys, by the way. A very talented person. Does a lot more with multimedia than I do. And thinks about scale in a way that it never really occurs to me to do. It's good. It pushes me to be better. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I'm all tangled with the tortoise again. This tortoise is trying his best to help, but he's honestly just grabbing a lot of my yarn. Should we start the name votes, you guys reckon? I've just finished this leg piece, so I have an arm to make. So how about we do the name vote now? Let me pull up little voting panel, start a poll. What was the finalized name list, Mr. Bones?
There's 5 there.
Oh, well, I can't do 5. I'll write the ones that I like. I'll start from the end because I like the ones at the end better. So we'll go potato battery. Oh, that's not how you spell either of those words. There we go. Potato battery. We have Spud Lightyear, world's favorite Pokemon, now the world's favorite toy. Spacebar's not working. We're all just gonna get over it, okay? Okay, so of Surge, the Conductor, and Electra's Dilly Bopper, I need you guys to pick 2. That's it. So the time has come. Spam it in the chat if you have to. This is the one of the few times I will encourage you to spam it in the chat. Spam the one that you must stay. The one that has to stay. Thought we were merging. CK, is my chair inflated properly? You're looking a little short. Yeah, it's a trick of the camera. It's making my shoulder look the same height as the desk, but that desk is actually like all the way back there. So I'm not like scooped under the desk. The desk is actually like here. That said, the ball could probably use a little inflating, but it would just like push me up to like here. The camera's tilted down and it's a trick of the angle. Merge Surge and the Conductor, so you want him to be Surge the Conductor? We're keeping Spud Lightyear, we're keeping Potato Battery. I've locked those 2 in. You're picking between the other 3. But you know what I'm not seeing a lot of? I'm not seeing a lot of Dilly Bopper. I'm seeing a lot of people fighting for Surge, and I'm seeing a lot of people fighting for the Conductor. Just a casual observation. Alright, you want it to be Surge the Conductor? We can do that. I'm seeing the suggestion enough. Hey, the spacebar's working again. That makes sense. I'm not trying to like if you guys care about a name, I don't want to just dismiss the name. It's just, yeah. And then it was Electress. And I'm using my spelling of Dealy Bopper, okay? Oh good, the spacebar's broken again. Fantastic. Alright. Vote for the name! While I make the hand. Oh, actually, it occurs to me that if I'm, like, scooched under the desk, I might be able to, like, put someone on my shoulder. Mm-hmm. He's been banished to the Outlands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, sorry, it's still my turn to talk. I was like, oh, they're all thinking about their votes. I'll just give them a second. And then one of them will let me know when they're ready. It's like, no, no, we're still streaming. It's still my turn to talk. They found me again. Yeah, we tend to have a pretty clear winner. It's why I try not to... I can't really take the, like, the arguments of, well, not arguments, but the vigorous discourse over which name we should lose particularly seriously, because, like, usually there's a clear winner. There's going to be one that people are going to vote for, and it tends to not be one of the ones we're discussing removing from the list. I think that was about 8. Two, 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually, that's a good point. Anyone who watches the replays, this is a question more for the replay crew than for you lovely people who are currently here. At the request of, forgive me, I didn't take note of the name, but at the request of someone, I've started delaying updating the thumbnail of recent live streams, but I'm having a hard time gauging, like, when is a good time to upgrade the thumbnail, because I want to do it, I don't want to wait the full week for the next stream, because I think that that's confusing people as to whether or not they're clicking on a new stream or an old replay. But I also don't want to, like, immediately put spoilers in the thumbnail, but I also have to have spoilers in the thumbnail, otherwise people don't know what they're clicking on. So, is, like, 3 days enough time for most of you? So let me, like, this is, again, I'm speaking to the people in the future who are watching the replay. Like, is 3 days enough time? Like, I stream on a Sunday. If I updated it on, like, a Wednesday, is that good? Or, like, would that still spoil things for you? Because, like, I'm trying to balance user experience with effective communication. Honestly, I think Electabuzz tastes exactly like touching an electric fence. You know, that very specific, like, ozone and kick? That is what he would taste like. You fought for Surge the Conductor and then voted straight away for Spud Lightyear. That's what I mean, Coletti. I feel like people already know what the winner is, but, like, sometimes it's important to engage in the debate anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, cool. If you haven't seen it by 3 days, it's fair to expect a bit of spoiler. Okay. It's just like the comment that I got was about me changing it same day, and I thought that was absolutely fair and legitimate and not something I thought about. So, like, that's not the issue here. It's just about the timing. So, like, I'm thinking I think I left it almost the full week this time, but I'm thinking about making it 3 days. So maybe I update it as I make the thumbnail for that week's video, if you know what I mean. I keep wanting to crochet back here, and I know that the camera is there, and I'm trying to be good about it, but, like, I keep wanting to, like, bunch up like a little squirrel. One and 2, and then 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I've never been very good at chatting while working from a pattern. It's weird because, like, I feel like I can prattle away when designing, but for some reason when following a pattern it uses the conversational part of my brain. But we're nearly done here, and then we'll do the reveals and give you guys the closure that you've been craving. It's been good to finally finish this gang off though, because, like, this closes the chapter on a group of Pokemon that I think I was looking forward to the least. I mean, technically I guess Pinsir kind of belongs with this group as well, but I like Pinsir, so I'm not including him with this group as well. And that is, as I mentioned, Mr. Mime, Jinx, Magmar, Scyther, and Electabuzz. And this finishes the chapter on those guys. And so, like, that's kind of nice. That feels like, oh, hey, we must be really nearing the end of this now. And we are, because we only have 41 to go, which is still a lot, but, like, it's not as many as it could be, you know? If If I were an animal, what animal would I be? Ooh. Well, see, that's the thing. There's the animal that I idolize and that I love, and then there's the animal that I think I would be. Because like, I think I'm some sort of like owl or frog mouth type of creature, like the tawny frog mouth or something like that. Maybe even like a red-tailed black cockatoo would be cool. But as an actual creature, let's see. I'm probably pretty close to a squirrel. Small rodent prey type creature with a little bit too much attitude that likes to hoard things, but will forget where those things are kept. So I feel like that kind of, it's me in a nutshell a little bit. I'm also not very much of a cat person, which I know is a dangerous thing to say on the internet. I'm more of a dog person, but like I'm not much of a cat person, but I'm also kind of a cat person. It's like, yeah, it's just temperamentally, I think I'm a little bit on the feline side. As for the replay videos, seems legit to update it when you post the videos initially. That's not how the live streams work. That's how it was working when I was uploading them to the channel, but now the stream ends. Sometimes it goes into like a processing mode automatically, but then it just pushes it straight as a replay. So like I don't do any kind of clicking or anything. It even decides where the ad slots go. When I hear complaints about too many ads, I go in and I turn some of them off sometimes, but otherwise I just leave it be. So yeah, there's not really a clear-cut moment when I'm like uploading a video, if that makes sense. Otherwise, yeah, otherwise, yeah. Alright, and there. I will close off the name poll in a second, because I believe you people have spoken. Sorry, I went to say, I believe you have spoken. And then I went to say, I believe people have spoken. And it came out, I believe you people have spoken. Which sounds really aggressive. And not at all what I was trying to communicate. Your usual replay watcher. Excellent, Ruppy-chan. We were literally just talking about when the best time was to update thumbnails for the replay viewers. So you've arrived at a very opportune moment. Not a huge cat person, acts suspiciously like a cat. Yeah. I identify with those statements. Oh, we have 151 people in chat right now. That's one for every Gen 1 Pokemon. Quick, everybody claim yours. Who are you? You'd be an opossum, just a raggedy critter that you sometimes question. How does this animal keep itself alive? The answer is by playing dead. Right, we are nearly done here. Funnily enough, the Spud Lightyear has increased. It's gone up by 3% since I looked up last. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. Bottega channel. You can't have possibly known how that's how the system worked. Particularly as, when I moved everything over here onto this new channel. That all only happened across January. And so, like, this is what, stream 39 or something? But, like, the first 34 of them were uploaded as videos separately. So, yeah. Okay, Eevee's been claimed, Pikachu has been claimed, Flareon's been claimed, so is Snorlax. Oh, we've got 2 people fighting over Eevee. Be polite, everybody. Sandshrew, Squirtle, Gengar, Growlithe, Psyduck, Marowak, Haunter. Excellent. We've got an excellent range happening at the moment. Still plenty of Pokemon left to claim, though. Alright, Haunter was dibsed, but your Vulpix claim is in. I'm sorry that random wolf Vulpix was chosen just before you got there. You're a palace cat. Have you seen those new kittens? Oh my goodness, they're such angry little cotton balls. Raven likes shiny things. Fair. Leafeon, Ponyta. Dog hardware with cat software. No, Huskies are too vocal for me. Charmander. Oh, we got another Vulpix. Excellent, excellent, excellent. This is Magikarp, perfect. Magikarp's one of my favorites. Yeah, cool. This is a rare event. It can only happen when there is exactly 151 people in the chat. I almost said Pokemon in the chat. Where did I put my tortoise? Oh, there you are. We have all of the pieces, folks, which means we're going to do our reveals and we're going to pack it in for the day. I know he's looking a little naked because he's missing his stripes, but I think he's just a good grouchy little baby. So there he is. His name is Spud Lightyear. I'll end that poll now. Dratini is mine. Lapras, Ninetales, Abra, Golduck, excellent. Dragonair, perfect. You guys are doing great. So far there's only been a couple of double ups. So Spud Lightyear won with 52% of the vote. Then came Surge the Conductor at 27%. You know what? You almost made me eat my words about the ones that we add in later. Potato Battery had 13% and Electrus Dealy Bopper at 6%. So thank you to everyone who voted. We have our name Spud Lightyear. I've gotten very bouncy. I'm trying to get my energy up. I think it's the sugar I had. So let us flick over to here. That did not help. Let us turn that screen back on because I turned it off earlier so I could have a look. Alrighty, so today's theme was yellow. We're not making one. Sorry to anyone who's just arrived. We're actually wrapping things up. So today's theme was these Pokemon are all yellow, which was funny because none of the clues were yellow. So let's see. Boring Color Brigade kind of missed the boat a little bit, but number 2 was Hypno, and the white color was from his little scarf. Number 4, folks, you missed him again. Abra has teleported away for like the 5th time. I'm going to stop including him in votes. You never vote for him. You all want him so badly and you never pick him. And then number 1 was, of course, just little old Weepin' Bell. That's okay. We'll definitely pick up those 3 over the next couple of weeks because we're running out of Pokemon to pick. But that is it for today. Thank you all so much for hanging out. And yeah, have a good weekend. And I'll tune into the collaboration on Thursday and then again on Friday over on Lee's channel. And other than that, I'll see you on Sunday. Okay, bye.